I am your host, Epic. Sorry about that. I forgot to hit the unmute button. But we got Bryan Carpenter set to talk to us today. He's a Purple Heart recipient, MMA trainer, bodybuilder, also a writer. We're going to talk about his upcoming book. We got other things to talk about, like the Perv and Kent Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominations, and we got Playing with Ballz, crazy news, Say What, and much more. I want to introduce you to my co-host, and that's Mark Warren and Chris Kettler. Say hello, fellows.
Hello,
not just
fellows.
wave. This is radio.
Hello, fellows.
Oh, so the sound's on now, though?
Yes, the sound is on.
If people can read lips, it's perfectly
That's why we're
fine.
doing this. The sound is on. Come on, man.
Then what you do is you put the mic with the put it with the sound and the
Already?
putting in the sound.
Busted it out already,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, so that was vanilla pudding on here. That's
Yes,
vanilla.
yes. Oh,
Yummy.
Ew.
yes. Hey, China.
Hi,
Thank you for
China.
joining us.
China.
And held here in captivity against her will
Yep.
is the one they call Ashley.
Yep. I'm actually here against my will.
Good morning,
I'm trapped
Ashley.
in the box. Good morning, Chris.
It almost looks like you're in prison.
Yeah,
It does.
I feel like it. Like
Solitary
all the time.
confinement.
Get some bars on
This is
there.
what
Can
I
we get
need, though.
CGI
Solitary
some bars on
confinement.
I mean, I could add them if you really
Yeah,
want
do
to.
the bars.
some chain link fence with barbed wire.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I definitely got the chain link fence. Let's
There you go.
see if I can put that in there real quick.
I just
Yeah,
need you
just
guys
put
to
me in a-
Can't do it right
put
now.
me
I
in a
moved it
jail.
somewhere else. I'm not looking for it. It would have been funny though.
Ashley's here.
Ashley's here. Ashley's dying,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yep.
here. So
She's that dedicated.
yeah.
Yep.
Tommy's just like, I want you on the show. And then I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Well, she adds a different dynamic to the
Yes.
show, and it's always nice to have a female perspective with stuff, especially if we're going to be talking about a perv in Kent today.
yeah, you need my perspective for
Yeah,
that.
how do you
Yeah.
feel about pervs?
Well, could be so much different than how you guys feel.
I
You
love
guys,
pervs.
I love
right.
pervs.
I love them.
Sorry,
They're
did that.
great. They make me feel good.
I
I
always
sounded
like
like
the
the-
good perm
Brings
too.
my
A good
self-esteem
perm
up.
always, kind of brings out things. When you get a new perm.
Nah, but pervs with perms, vehemently
Yeah.
against those.
I don't know.
I sounded
don't know.
like the New York Post when I was talking about pervs. So it's like there's a perv in Queens, the bozo.
The
Yeah, they
bozo.
always use really like a
the influx of the
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
There's clowns running the streets.
yeah.
It's the end of days.
Do you
because of
remember a couple
clowns
years ago when
with
there was like
perms.
weird people dressing up as clowns around?
Yeah,
Yes,
what,
yes.
Like
whatever
it
happened
happened
with
and
that?
then nobody ever talked about it again.
Yeah.
It just happened and it
It
was
happened
over.
twice.
Did it happen 2 times?
2 years.
I thought it
And then
was
there
just
was
the one
Spider-Man,
year,
remember?
and then
Yeah.
like it just never happened again, and no one ever talked about
Did it
it.
have something to do with, like, it happened in Lakewood, too, and they had a bunch of machetes?
Like, I don't
Yeah,
know. Did they
yeah.
have weapons? I think
It
sometimes
happened!
and
I
chase
don't think they
people.
killed anybody, but there were like 30
They
guys
chased
dressed as
people,
clowns.
and
with
then
Yeah.
like,
It's
Just
an
freaking
urban
people
legend.
out, yeah.
It was
why
an
are
urban
you?
legend.
What are you doing with your life that you have
Yeah,
time?
it was
to,
on the news, Chris. It
It was
wasn't
so
an
weird.
urban legend.
It's an urban legend.
It's happened
I
within the
saw
last 3
somebody.
years.
I saw somebody standing in on the
I saw a
sidewalk.
clown with a machete in
They
the
didn't.
woods.
I was in a car.
I was
in
they
Lakewood.
didn't. They didn't chase me
I
though.
was on mushrooms.
They didn't chase me. I've never been on mushrooms, so I can't. I can't.
I would
say
like to
that's
be
it.
on mushrooms.
He would like to be on
I
mushrooms.
do.
I like mushrooms on my pizza.
I don't like mushrooms on there.
I'm just waiting for
Not
mine
them
to kick
kind of
in, ladies
mushrooms.
and gentlemen.
We're not talking about portobellas.
It's Sunday.
Who puts portobellas? Why, that would work
Ooh,
with a cracked egg on
portobellas.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, Brad.
Brad
What's up?
Pendergrass. If I'm not mistaken, he's from Nashville, Tennessee area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I could be wrong, though.
Hey, everybody.
It could be.
Mark, you should exploit that.
Wait, which thing?
That I could be wrong.
Oh,
But you
I'll
could
wait
be
till
right.
a sports take.
Yeah.
Just dog you on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're always wrong on that.
You get your 15 minutes.
It's right. It's the only reason why I'm here is to occasionally be sort of right about sports sometimes.
Occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Make some guesses.
It's
I mean,
either
I'm 0 for 2 with the Browns thus far. I was
Yeah.
wrong on the Ravens
Wah,
thing. I was
wah,
wrong on the
wah.
Seahawks thing. So
I was definitely right on the Seahawks.
yeah, good for you.
I called the Browns sucking back when they hired this guy, man. I said,
Yeah.
you guys have all been fooled again.
See if anybody's in the chat. Nope.
Fooled again.
Trying to put a sunflower.
Yeah, sunflower. I said
No
hi
one
to
else
her.
wants to talk to us though. So
No.
it's cool.
whatever.
Everybody's. No one's feeling it this morning.
So we're going to
let's
go
talk
into
to
our
them.
first topic.
First topic.
Yes.
What's our first topic? Hey, Claude.
Hey, Claude.
Hey,
Great
you
to hear
popped
see
in.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Did you get that name after the cat attack?
The
You
cat.
said what now?
Huh?
Claude.
Claude. Get it?
What cat?
As in
Claude,
C-L-A-W-E-D.
cat,
He
Claude.
was Claude.
Get it?
I'm corny. Sorry to make fun of your name, Claude. I
was-
didn't mean that.
It was
Hey, Sheila.
wordplay.
It's a dad joke for you.
It's a dad joke, yes.
It's not a dad joke if you're not a dad.
Ooh.
It's a creepy uncle joke. That.
Yeah,
So
that's a
two
creepy
Cuyahoga
uncle
County jailers who were caught on camera beating
Hey,
restrained
Sarah.
inmate plead guilty.
Well, thank you for
Oh,
not
so
wasting our
no.
taxpayer dollars.
I know, right?
Are caught on camera beating restrained
Let's
inmates.
just
What are you doing?
expedite
Yes.
this process.
Interesting.
They were caught on camera brutally beating an inmate
Well, yeah.
in a restraint chair in March, pleaded guilty.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Tuesday, the charges related to the innocent incident.
Wow.
On Tuesday, Nicholas Evans pleaded guilty to attempted felonious assault and tampering with evidence. Timothy Duggan, which sounds like some
Duggan.
cop that would beat somebody tied up.
I feel like that's true.
Pleaded guilty to attempted abduction and misdemeanor assault.
Abduction?
Yes.
Fuck, what was he trying to...
Because he was restrained and he was taken into this room against his will.
Oh my God.
This is
They
like
will both be sentenced on December 12th.
Good. Fuck that guy. Fuck
Inmates
those
do
guys.
not surrender their human dignity. God, I
Come
cannot
on.
talk today. Inmates do not surrender their human dignity.
Dignity.
For freedom. I sound like Emily now.
Oh, wait. Are the guys pictured on the video right now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Those look like guys who would do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
These two
They
men.
look like guys that what? Don't have any dignity?
Yeah. Dignity.
Shut
Or
up.
whatever he's saying.
Takers of dignity?
These two men abused their authority to pound a prisoner strapped to a chair. That sounds like another good time. We wouldn't stand for a dog to be treated
We
like
wouldn't
that,
stand or
let
sit for
alone by
that.
someone exercising the authority of the state. So is he carrying him to a dog?
We wouldn't stand or sit or lay down for
I
that.
think I saw this video on Pornhub.
Yeah, two guys pounding another guy in prison.
Yeah.
That's what it
he's
sounds
down.
like.
It was a Pornhub thing, man.
Yeah, these guys.
We
look like
actually
they
have the
would do that.
video.
Oh,
of this.
no.
Oh, you have the video?
Yes.
Oh,
The
no.
Pornhub video?
Which one? Like, that's what
No,
I'm
the
wondering.
actual video, fuckers.
no.
All right.
No, don't show that video.
Sounds like an episode of
All right,
Oz.
so
Scene 2, they bring the family members in.
you see the one
because
gentleman. I don't
everybody
know who's who, but one gentleman drags him in.
Well, the guy in the chair is the prisoner, and the other guy's the officer.
He's
Well,
like,
yes.
Duh.
The guy
There's Mark.
dragged
Mark
in.
knows what's going on.
He's got something around his face.
He's on point.
It's like a mask of some sort. It looks like this dude's straight talking shit to these officers, though. It's like, man,
Because he's about to get a beat down.
You're lucky I'm in this chair.
you're looking at my, you should really let me out because, your mom's missing me. That's what he's saying right now. He's like,
If I were strapped up to this chair, you salty ass, hockey ass, cracker ass bitch.
it's so funny too. Watch.
Dugan's the guy with the beard.
Yeah, when the other guy comes in,
Then
he
it
turns
gets
off.
gay.
No, listen.
Oh,
God damn it! When
God.
the other guy comes in, this guy turns off
comes.
his camera,
Right.
His chest cam.
his chest cam.
Ryan said 2 guys, 1 cell.
I like
Bam!
that. Oh, no.
Yes. Look at that shit. Bam.
You guys are way ahead of the video I'm watching, so. Hey,
So
Larry.
You're watching
Hey,
the
Larry.
show while it's on the show?
Yeah.
he said,
like,
"That's don't be talking about my mama."
Don't be talking about
That's
mama.
what he's saying right now.
That was the funniest mama I've ever heard.
And you're not getting your pudding cup today, that's for
That's
damn
right.
sure.
I'm eating that pudding cup.
I eat your pudding cup.
Hey, Tommy Parker.
And it
Hey,
looks like he's
Tommy.
still talking shit to him now. He's like, "Man, no offense, but you were talking about my mama. Did you see how he looks at the end there?"
I mean, maybe you
Yeah.
want to put your legs into it if you're going to punch me.
But yeah.
Yeah. But he looks
So
like, yeah.
yeah, these two douchebags, which look
Totally.
nothing like
No.
pictured. They must have shaved or something. Looking mighty nice in prison. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna get beat up in
Ryan
prison.
said it's not really jail. He pays to wear the mask and get slapped around.
Yeah.
My goodness.
You know what's
It's just a
really
catch video.
interesting?
But
What's really interesting about this is the fact that the guy turned off the body cam,
Yeah, that
but there was
moment.
still a camera in the
yeah, it's like, so
fucking room.
are you guys dumb? Like,
In this
do you
day and
not
age, man.
understand?
That's what I tell people.
Hey, Teresa.
I don't get it.
The
You
only
understand
thing-
how
guys.
this shit works?
You can only take a shit in private anymore. That's about
And
it.
even
man.
then.
Even
Yeah.
then, sometimes it's taken.
Just,
that,
just
Yeah.
ask
You know?
numerous
Yeah, you
musicians
are-
from 30 years ago.
You are tracked by everything, man.
Yeah,
Your
but they look
phone
like they
knows
would do
where
this,
you
so-
are.
They look like they would beat somebody up who's tied down, yeah.
And who's not white.
White, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. They look like
They'd
they would do it
beat
to
anybody up.
Yep.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, pretty
One
much.
guy looked
So-
like a dying young Colonel Sanders with AIDS.
Oh my god.
That's a
fuck?
very interesting take.
He looked all emaciated, but he had this
Yeah,
little,
he was
like,
a real skinny
goofy, like-
dude.
Well, yeah, definitely not
Yeah,
emancipated,
he
right?
hasn't been,
No.
he hasn't been getting enough KFC.
He wasn't about that.
No.
He wanted to keep them segregated.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Because of dignity.
Hey,
No
Larry.
dignity
How you doing, buddy? Yeah,
Mm-mm.
So hopefully these two racist douchebag jailers wind
Burn in
up
hell.
in jail for a very long time.
Oh, and you know what's going to happen in jail to them now? You want to have some fun and talk
Exactly.
about that, guys?
I don't know if they'll survive. I mean, they're
They
straight
can't
up-
be in the general population. No.
And they, yeah.
Yeah,
This is just
you
this is
know,
bad time.
but people know guys. You know what I'm saying?
Do they
What
Know what
are
I'm
you
saying?
do they get
What are you
sentenced
saying?
this week then?
What's that?
So they haven't been sentenced.
I
yet,
think
right?
when they're
No,
sentenced,
December.
When they're sentenced, everybody should
In
just
December, right,
yeah.
right.
just take a moment and send them
And-
a welcoming gift and send them a bar of soap. You know,
I mean, quite frankly, hopefully they have
Send them
plenty
some
of lube.
some
Oh, there we
lube.
go.
No, I wouldn't
We're on
give them
the
the
same
pleasure
page
of
on that one.
lube. Do not give them any lube.
I don't know. That's more for the
Soap is
guy
plenty
doing
for
it to him.
them. That guy doing it to him isn't gonna have a problem doing it to him.
This is not a conversation I want to be having anymore.
Yeah.
Because when butt sex in jail happens,
When butt sex in jail happens.
I was listening
Go
on
into
the
that,
radio
Mark.
here.
Let's go.
There was a guy that was preaching about how they're gonna everybody doing anal sex is gonna get butthole cancer.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear that?
Oh man.
What was that on? I was listening to something. I don't know what it was. Butthole cancer.
He's all butthole cancer. My God. Jesus.
like life isn't rough enough. Now you got to get butthole cancer.
Right?
You know?
Like life's not hard enough. Really. This sucks.
You
Wouldn't that
know.
just be hemorrhoids.
You know what
kid?
else is hard?
No.
No, what's hard?
Rocks.
Rocks are hard.
Yeah, they're hard. Usually those are pretty hard.
I would have expected that from Mark.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a creepy uncle joke, not a dad joke.
And this story was brought to you by the state of Alabama.
Oh, God.
Supporting our best in Cuyahoga Falls.
Absolutely. Come to Alabama. We're only extremely racist.
Was that in Cuyahoga Falls though?
Yeah.
It was. Or Cuyahoga County? Cuyahoga County.
It was not in Alabama.
It was not in Alabama, but it's brought
And
to you by.
I like how I misspelled racist, but it still worked because it's from Alabama. Didn't catch that in
In second grade.
autocorrect.
I
Yes.
misspelled racist, but it works anyway.
Yeah. Because, you know, in Alabama, they would definitely misspell racist.
They would
I mean, their
definitely-
mayor has a 5th grade education.
They would definitely misspell
Mayor.
it. So
And
it's
instead of
fine.
governor, they call them the mayor. That's how
They
screwed
call
up
him
they
the-
are. So
the
I screwed up my own
governor.
joke.
He's
Yeah.
the governor.
There's some lady who's governor down there, I think.
You know,
have no
the
idea.
thing about Alabama is they have a lot in common with corn dogs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're both inbred.
Excellent. That's pretty
Get
good.
out of here.
Alabama's a beautiful place, though.
Now I don't want a
almost
corn
moved
dog
there.
anymore.
Yes.
I
nice.
used to like corn dogs. Now I don't think I do.
Beautiful,
anymore.
sunny Alabama.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dang a dang 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 dang.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so we're going to take a break before we do.
Aw, we're just getting rolling.
Yeah.
man.
Before we do, make sure you follow us on the social medias.
All of these social.
All of these
medias.
social medias. That includes Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Mammogram.
Mammogram.
That's straight out of
You can-
Alabama.
Yeah, you can check us out on the epicradioshow.com.
Find us on plenty of
Yes. We also have tons
the
of
dating
merchandise
sites.
for sale.
T-shirts.
Our logo official tees are only $10 right now.
That's like
Yes.
Thanks,
That's like a
Teresa.
great.
Thank you,
that's-
Teresa.
that's
She
like
thinks
a
we're
great-
funny.
That's a great Christmas present at that
It
price,
is.
man.
Or a
Buy
Halloween
now.
gift.
Yeah. You know, and the thing is, the quality of these, I'm wearing one now, a hoodie, and the quality is really good, man.
It's really good.
I know, like,
You
I,
look warm.
The T-shirts are nice. I gotta
Yes.
admit, you know, there's
Yes.
nothing I hate worse than a cheap T-shirt when you put it on and like the material's nasty and it rubs up against your nipples.
Yeah, yeah.
And then your nipples get kind
no,
of
these
raw.
are really quality,
Oh.
like,
That happens.
T-shirts.
Well, first you get kind of stimulated.
Well, you're probably
you know, by
normally
the
wearing
bad
it
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
I have
that's kind
had
of why I'm
some
asking.
rough,
Like that.
You have the
happens?
padding.
But then
in
it gets
between.
like overstimulated, just kind of like raw and rashy, you know, on those cheap T-shirts. Not these,
I'm just
man.
like-
no, they're really nice.
These are
They're
good
they're
shirts.
true to form. They don't shrink when you wash them. They hold their color well.
They make you look
Um,
good. It's black.
Yes. Well, we have different colors too.
We do. Huh?
We do.
That's awesome.
In fact, I just bought a couple hoodies for my daughter and my stepfather.
Stepfather.
Yes, and they got a red hoodie, and my stepfather got like a like a Carolina blue one.
Carolina blue.
Yeah, so there's
Tar Heel
different
stuff.
colors.
Better
Yeah,
than
there's different
Alabama
colors.
blue.
Alabama.
I don't know. I don't know
The
if I want
Crimson
Alabama
Tide.
blue.
Right,
Is
what
there an
color?
Alabama
Which
blue?
blue
That's
is
an
Alabama
Alabama
blue?
red.
This
If you got the
Alabama-
Alabama blues, there's banjo music in the background and your sister's involved with a strap on. That's the
gotcha,
Alabama
gotcha.
blues.
That makes sense.
Yes. Gotcha.
Now I got a case of the Alabama blues.
Mark's good
All right.
today, man. He's
I'm good
hot.
every day.
He's hot.
I'm hot every day.
Doesn't count when mom tells you, Mark. Okay?
Larry said
My mother's dead.
sometimes. Why did
Hey,
you say
Larry, what did you
Oh,
say
that's true.
sometimes?
What are you
It's
talking
probably
about?
you guys are funny, maybe.
Yeah, sometimes we're funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I do
Sometimes.
agree with
Larry's
that.
right.
Epic and Ashley, your camera needs more color. I'm just pale, Larry.
Yeah.
Nothing
You
else.
know what, Larry? Why don't you come here and
Suck
you
a
control
dick.
it?
No.
And quite frankly, Larry,
Larry.
I said, why don't you come here and suck a dick?
You know, I always.
Oh, from Ashley.
Hey, you know what, too?
good job on the Deacon Blues reference. though.
Why, maybe I want to be pale as The Walking Dead. Have you ever thought of that, Larry? I'm sorry that you're beautiful with your black skin.
We're sorry that you naturally were born with color and we weren't.
Shame on you.
I am like the opposite. Like, I'm at the end of the spectrum. Like, I'm like a ghost. Like, ghost white.
No, it's just the way to lighting it.
I mean, I am very pale, though, so I embrace it, though. It's fine.
I'll try to fix it
It
during the
comes
break,
up
you
every
motherfucker.
fucking show.
They're in black and white, just minus the black.
Hey, I'm just happy to be awake and be here and
He said, I'm out.
say something. I don't give a shit
Don't
what I look
attack
like, to be
us.
honest. I think that's kind of obvious.
He attacks us, then
know
he's
it.
like,
I don't
and he
give a
gets
shit what
mad
I
and we
look
attack
like.
back. We're sorry, you can't handle
Is the
the
camera even
retaliation.
on me? Yeah, I don't.
I don't know.
I apologize for having this beautiful, naturally bronze skin.
I
The
know.
olive toned. I'm sorry, genetics happen.
Right?
Fuck you.
Genetics. Mark got the genetics of an Ewok. Look. I'm telling you.
Wait, an Ewok?
An Ewok. The little
Ewok.
furry things from
Yeah, they look
Star
like
Wars.
pandas.
You
How
even
do
got
I
the
have
little
their-
you got
They
the
look
little
like
gaunt even
pandas.
with the Ewok.
Jesus.
They look like pandas.
Okay, we have to go on
They
break.
look like pandas.
Well, when we come back, we'll have Bryan Carpenter on.
Oh, jeez.
Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. On the line, I have a real American hero. Um, as I said before, he was a Purple Heart recipient. Um, he's been a bodybuilder, MMA trainer. I would like for you guys to give a big, warm, epic welcome to Bryan Carpenter. Hello, Bryan. How you doing?
That was good, pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. So for people who don't know who you are, I guess give a little brief introduction of yourself.
Well, of course, I'm Bryan Carpenter, as you said. I grew up and I graduated from Whitman, but I've lived in Wadsworth most of my life here in Ohio, right by the Western Reserve National Cemetery and whatnot. And I just, military became my dream as a little kid, and I was always a big old sports player growing up through school. And then military became an early dream for me, and that's all I thought about through school and did my projects on and talked about. And then as soon as I graduated, I was going to go straight over to the Army, and went to sign in or went to swear in, and they disqualified me, and I got my permanent medical disqualification papers because I had the gutted psoriasis, which was kind of stupid. And so finally I refused to quit, started working a factory job, and said I ain't content with this, I ain't fulfilling my dreams, and I decided to keep fighting, and I finally got to our congressman, Ralph Regular at the time, from Medina County, and my dermatologist wrote me waiver letters, got me in February of 2005. I took off for boot camp and went straight through all my training, checked in my unit.
Let me stop you real quick. So I have a follow-up question. So, did they say why that disqualified you to be in the armed services to begin with? Like, why that condition?
Yeah, because psoriasis, it's not plaque psoriasis.
Okay.
I only get a breakout when I get a respiratory infection or if I get sick.
Gotcha.
And it just looks like chicken pox on steroids. And then I go tanning or go sit in the sun, and it kills it, goes away, and you can never tell I had it.
Gotcha.
And they didn't look at it like that. All they heard was the word psoriasis.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how would that affect you in battle? Like, that's what I don't get.
That is because plaque psoriasis, dry heat, and bad conditions and stress can make it bad flare-ups, and it can cause pain or whatever. And get in the way.
So it could be very distracting during battle. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I wasn't sure how a skin condition like that could affect you, but now that you explained it, carry on. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that they got rid of it. So I had my dermatologist, my congressman, write me a waiver letter, and they said, all right, whatever. And they let me in, and here to find out with my buddy recruiters, they said they just needed someone to blame if I had problems. So, like, anybody that gets a disqualification, they can just go get a doctor's note from someone, take it in, they'll accept you, and then if you have problems, well, they'll just come back after your doctor and blame him for it. But so I checked into my unit after all my training, after February of 2005 when I got in and left, and then they gave me orders to deploy right away, and I had to get everything set up, and I had a 1 month combat training in Fort Devens, Massachusetts, in the middle of dead-ass winter, and then a 3-month follow-up training in Mojave Viper down in the Mojave Desert in 29 Palms, California, and then finally got into Iraq in March 2006, and then hit my second roadside bomb on June 6, 2006.
Yeah, and so explain that, I guess explain the scene. Like, so you guys were driving in Iraq. Was this like a narrow street? Was this a main street? Like kind of set up the scene for us. How did that?
Okay, so we were a 4-person security team in our Humvees.
Okay.
In this road called Henry's in Fallujah, Iraq. And the one road in Fallujah is one of the main roads off the main road.
Okay.
Like not, but it's one of the bigger roads off the main road. And the main road was called Fran. And the road that I got hit on twice was Henry. Same spot, same guys, same ordeal. And they actually cut off foot patrols on this road because every time we went down this road, shit went down, and
Gotcha.
there was vehicles only, and then we had an entry control point, which was where we searched all the vehicles coming into the city, make sure they don't have bombs and guns, which obviously didn't do much.
Yeah.
But we were just taking a stupid tire down to them because I hit a roadside bomb earlier in the day, and then it was too much trash piles on each side of the road for me to swerve around where I knew the bomb was going to be. So the first bomb that hit, it was put in trash piles, and we drove by, it blew up, and it hit the side of my truck. And it didn't do nothing to any of us or the vehicle. So we just pushed through, finished our mission, went back, and had a good mission debrief. Good job on the bomb. See you tomorrow type of stuff. But the second bomb, it wiped out the road because like 4 other people hit a bomb smaller like that in the same spot. And then like 2 weeks before I hit the second bomb, they was digging this humongous hole in the road where the bomb wiped out the road.
Wow.
And I told my gunner sergeant, I'm like, hey, we should probably like turn that in because they only dig holes in the road for one reason.
Yeah.
Well, he was on the freaking radio and talking to our comm guy and talking to the convoy because he's our convoy commander. So I don't think anybody heard. And then that night going down that road, I remember driving up to it, and I'm like, hey, they fixed the road. It's smooth. It looks like a professional did it.
Yeah.
But still being careful. I tried to swerve around it, but couldn't get all the way around it to the trash piles.
Yeah.
And I heard a click and woke up 2.5 weeks later out of a coma.
Jeez.
Dang.
So, like, what was the, like, did you, like, I know this is weird saying this, but, like, did you, like, feel like you were in a coma, or did you just wake up and you just had no idea what was going on?
That it literally felt like I fell asleep for a quick second, like in our little 15-minute naps we get in between missions.
Yeah.
It literally felt like I fell asleep for a quick second, and then I was woken up, and I opened my eyes, and I have this doctor screaming in my face, and
Jeez.
I look down and see my mom, look up, see my dad, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I had no pain, no thoughts through my head, no nothing. I'm just like,
Wow.
where the hell am I? And then, of course, I had brain damage, brain injury, and, of course, PTSD and all the pain that I was, meds that I was on. Just woke up from medically induced, so therefore they had a bunch of drugs pumping in my system, keep me unconscious or that. So I was just a complete mess shortly after that. But when I woke up out of that coma, I was 100% fine, 100% thinking straight, and
Gotcha.
just blown away. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever.
So you were cut for an emergency trachea on scene. And when they did that, they nicked your carotid artery. Is that right?
Carotid artery.
Carotid. Yeah, I'm sorry. I read that wrong.
So,
you were put into the coma medically for the 2.5 weeks, and you had 6 unit blood transfusions.
Yes, because I was bleeding out real bad because we only had one doc with us and 4 injured Marines to take care of, and of course he's running around crazy, and my whole security team, we called QRF, Quick Reaction Force.
Yeah.
We called the company that we just left to come aid us, because usually when you hit a big bomb like that, we get ambushed right away. So we were only a 4-person security team, and we didn't know if we were going to get ambushed, so the stress was super high from my understanding. And of course the doc was under a lot of stress and hit my trachea a little bit too high and got a little too far to the one side and nicked my artery and started.
I mean, you even had shrapnel on your chin.
Yeah, that's the reason why they had to cut me, because I was unconscious and choking on all the blood from the shrapnel, and I almost bit my tongue off.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I was bleeding profusely through the mouth, and I was unconscious, choking on blood.
The list of injuries, I'm just going to go over some of these. So you had shrapnel on your chin, you had a shattered back, pelvis. They had to cut your abdomen open for internal bleeding due to the pelvis shatter. You had lacerated kidneys and liver, shattered right ankle, foot drop on your left foot, caused from the bad nerve damage, which was broken as well. Broken bottom piece of your sternum.
Called void process. Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's insane that you're like still with us. I mean, it's crazy what you went through. So another thing too that happened was you were partially paralyzed, right? Were you paralyzed from your waist down? Is that correct?
No, well, it was too early in my recovery for me to remember it. But
Yeah.
my mom was with me every day in the hospital. She dropped her life at home and her job to come stay with me in the hospital for 4 months. But she said I was a quadriplegic at first.
Wow.
And then I turned into a paraplegic, and then the only thing I didn't come back was my left foot, and I still don't have use for my left foot. I have to wear an AFO so I can walk normal and all that stuff. But of course, me being a stubborn ass Marine,
Yeah.
I don't like limping that bad, so I don't even use my brace, and of course, which led to me to break my left ankle, and a couple years later. But I've got it down pretty good not to use my brace and walk around and train my body to kind of flip my foot off as I'm walking.
Yeah. And so fast forward, you've recovered from your injuries for the most part. Now you're into physical therapy, correct? And how long was physical therapy for you? Like, and did you have any doubts that you would be able to walk again? Like, how did that feel for you?
Okay, well that's what makes my story so good. Because of my brain damage and then my brain injury, and of course the PTSD affecting your way of thinking and stuff, on top of all my injuries and disabilities,
Yeah.
the doctor kind of gave my mom and dad a warning, like, Bryan might not ever walk again independently, and we don't know if he's going to be able to recover mentally. And that is the voice that I heard. I still hear it today.
Yeah.
And that's what struck me to just do what I want to do. I set my mind to something, and I have that voice saying you can't do it. So I did about 4 months full-time therapy. I took speech, occupational, and physical therapy. So I had to learn to walk, learn to talk, learn to live all over again. And then they sent me home with my mom to do outpatient therapy at home and trying to adjust to normal life again. And so about 1.5 years, 2 years, I dropped therapy. I'm like, I'm done. They can't push me to my limits by law and their little stupid little stuff in the country. So I dropped them. I'm like, I got this. I'll do it myself because I can push myself to my limits. And within midway of my therapy, I forced myself to walk. I would walk from across the room or have to collapse on something because it was so painful and exhausting and tiring. And then I just kept at them little distances for a while. And before I knew it, I could walk across the house.
Yeah.
And then stayed at that distance for a while. And next thing you know, I'm traveling a little bit further and further. And I just kept at it. And then finally got to the point where I could walk. Well, I had to crawl up and down stairs for a while. And then I could get in a vehicle and go to like Walmart or go shopping, walk around, and maybe sit down midway in between shopping. And then I'll say about 2008, it's about 1.5 years later, 2 years later, I was actually able to do small distances and make it pretty well.
One of the things too was a big achievement for you is when you first were able to walk from your house across the street. Is that correct? How did that moment feel?
That was actually that Christmas afterward. I was with my girlfriend at the time at her Christmas party because she was at the license bureau. And that's where I decided, like, I am done with my crutches. I am done not being able to walk. I am done people getting out of my way to let me cut the line or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I left my crutches in her car. I'm like, I'm done. And I walked in the house, of course, sat down most of the Christmas party, and then walked back to a car, walked back to my mom's house. And that was the most proud moment, especially for my mom. I come stumbling in the house because it was kind of exhausting. And she just come running over to me, put her arm under me to help me walk. And of course, the stubborn Marine comes out, told her to back off.
Yeah. Well, that
And
seems to be. I mean, honestly, though, I think that stubborn Marine is kind of what got you through it. You know, I think a lot of people they would doubt themselves and they would say, you know, I don't know if I can do this. But I think the fact that, you know, like before all this, you wanted to be a Marine, and after all this happened, you know, you still kind of like had that mindset, like you can't give up. Another thing too. So you were prescribed medication throughout this, and some of the medication were opioids. How did you handle that?
Well, I was young and dumb and didn't really know much about medical and medicines and stuff at the time. So I thought, okay, medicines will help me heal and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I figured out that it was methadone that they were giving me,
Ooh.
which is what they use to get heroin addicts off heroin. And that was a no-go for me.
Yeah.
So I told my mom, I was on nerve pain pills called Neurontin. I was on antidepressants and that methadone and all these pills. And I just told my mom, like, I'm not turning into a pillhead. Like, get me off these medicines. I don't want to touch them ever again because
Yeah.
on top of the brain issues, the medicines made me even worse.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
so luckily, she was a nurse,
Uh-huh.
and she weaned me off methadone, like 0.5 milligrams at a time. And
Yeah.
then I was at the highest dose of Neurontin allowed in the country.
Wow.
So she weaned me off that, and I have not touched a pill since. I will
That's
not take
amazing.
any chemicals that my body don't naturally produce.
So you've healed up. You went through your amazing recovery. You're able to walk. And then you start going into all these amazing different jobs, especially for, you know, how injured you were. Some of them were like you were security for like major artists. Um, you were a fitness trainer, which is funny because you needed to have physical therapy. Now you're training other people. Yep. Bodybuilder. You were a bouncer at security nightclubs. Were you a country singer too?
No, I was security for a local country singer that
Uh-huh.
was making her way up the ranks pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wouldn't ever condone making anybody's ear bleed by listening to
You also threw out the ceremonial opening pitch for the Cleveland Indians in 2012. You went to the Fire Academy. And you're actually a writer. You have a book coming out.
Yes, well, I published one book in
Yes.
2016 about joining the Marines and my journey getting in and training, and then Iraq, and of course the book is mainly about my recovery. So that was independently published, and I'm the author's voice. The way I'm talking to you guys is how my book was written. Well, I didn't understand the book world and how the publishing world worked, and I was expecting, now maybe I can get a good contract to a company.
Yeah.
And here, 3 years later, I've been through hell and back trying to get this new book going that is professionally written. I had to extend my book, and then I had to hire a ghostwriter to professionalize my writing.
Yes.
And then now I had to go find an agent, which is the hardest part, finding an agent, because they get millions of queries every day to get published or contract them. So I got an agent to bite, and then now we're in the works of getting this second book put together that is updated till 2019 now.
That's awesome. So do you have an idea when it's going to be released?
Not yet. The editor has it now because it's all written out, and now my editor's going through it and fixing what he finds and rewording stuff and all that. And then once it's all done, I'm trying to get endorsements. My agent said a company's not going to want me if I'm not already famous or I'm not already a big name. So I have to go to these big names that are in my book.
Yeah.
Like President Adam McCreary's going to be in my book twice. Ozzy Osbourne's going to be in my book twice. And I've got all these people in my book. I'm going after for an endorsement.
It's awesome.
And then Tommy Lahren, she's the show host of The Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
I did a show with her in 2016 or 17. So I went after her for an endorsement. I went after Ellen DeGeneres for a endorsement, and I just haven't heard back from nobody.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, you have an incredible story. I think that once it's out there and you have everything together the way you want it, I think it's going to do very well. And who knows, maybe somebody will pick it up to make a movie out of it, you know?
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be
I'm
awesome.
not worried about money. It's just that, because I'm a motivational speaker.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I've been all over the country motivational speaking because of this book. And it's the looks that I get and the reactions that I get, and then it's like the motivation, inspiration I give people to go for a job that they want, or fix a family problem, or anything in life that they may have trouble with. My story just gives everybody drive to push through and make things happen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have an incredible story. It's very inspirational. We definitely thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
And anybody have any other questions before? No?
Pretty much just thank you. And
Appreciate it.
I mean, if the only couple of things that rang out to me were sort of just smaller parts of your story that weren't the big things. Like when you said that you worked security for a local country artist. Is there any I mean, not that my dad had played bass with a local country artist for about a year there, so it'd be funny if it was the same person. but it's
you guys might have heard of her if you're into the music scene. Erin Stahl. She's from Lodi, but she's for her going everywhere playing and opening up for big bands and all that stuff. Yeah, she's definitely getting singing though.
So there's a question. If there was anybody out there that could play you in a movie, who would you want it to be?
See, a lot of people discuss that with me, and I'm like, I don't know. It's going to be hard to fulfill my personality because I'm quite a different person. I have quite a twisted sense of humor.
Yeah.
It might be hard to fulfill me, but yeah, I'll say like John Cena or The Rock or something.
Okay.
I can see Cena playing you.
Go big, man.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How could they find you on the social medias?
You can search me on Facebook. I got a motivational picture up on my Facebook photo of a gym. I did a photo shoot for a gym that I go to, Faith Gym in Barberton. They did a big photo shoot with me, and then they put my before and after picture of my coma.
Yeah.
And they put a photo of me now, and it says, "Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do." That's my profile picture. If you look up Bryan Carpenter, Bryan, you can get me on Facebook, and then Instagram is bcarpenter6606, and that's not numbers for the devil. That's the day I got blown up on.
Yeah, which is
Gotcha.
very strange. I thought when I
What's that?
I thought it was kind of strange that it was 666 the day that happened.
Well, the
I was
zero
like,
in there is key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that apparently that's key. But I thought it was very strange.
Yeah, that's why I
happened.
put even the Purple Heart tattoo I have on my arm. I have the date I got it, and I
Yeah.
made sure I put 0 in there because
Yeah.
still get people going.
Yeah.
666. I'm like,
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
an
right.
Illuminati. Yeah.
yeah, the day I walked with the devil, he didn't keep me.
Right.
I mean, shoot. I mean, if you want to talk about that, isn't that kind of crazy that you did get, that happened
Mm-hmm.
on that date of all dates?
Well, the story's weird because my mom took me to go meet the Marines that I was deployed with out in the hospital when they came back from the deployment, and they all passed their families and just come swarming around me and of course crying, hugging me. They didn't think I was going to live.
Damn.
And then it's weird because I called it right before we went down that road. I had the awkward feeling that something big was about to happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, we're in combat, Carpenter. What else do you expect?
That is funny. Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
I just got that weird feeling, and then going down the road, hitting the bomb on June 6th, 6/6/06, and then
Yeah.
military time, I guess, was 0006.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But it kind of sucks. We're 8 hours ahead in Iraq.
Hmm.
So when it was reported, it was a 5th back here. So that's when they registered
Gotcha.
Heart was the 5th back here. But I have the 6th because it was the 6th my time.
Yeah.
You know,
I gotcha. That's kind of stupid how that
How I
works,
see
I
it,
guess,
too.
you know. But thank you
Yeah.
so much for spending time with us and telling us your story. Definitely let us know when your book is going to hit shelves. Maybe we could do something like a giveaway, maybe some sort of event where you could sign copies of your book or something like that. You know, that would be great.
oh, definitely.
And if you have any other events or anything like that, let us know, and we'll try to make it.
Okay.
That was Bryan Carpenter, everyone. You guys can check him out on the social medias and look out for his upcoming book. Do you have a title yet, or is it a working title?
It's a working title. 'Cause
Gotcha.
We gotta work around other titles that might sound the same. And
Yeah,
all that bull crap.
absolutely. All right, but we're going to go on break. When we come back from break, we're going to have crazy news with Ashley.
Cool.
We're going to talk about a perv in North Royalton.
Oh no.
And we're going to have Say What with Chris Kettler.
Oh,
Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. left you without a dope rhyme to step to.
I liked the music, to be honest.
That was funny.
Yes,
Hey,
union breaks.
everybody.
Well, people have
Everybody.
to pee, smoke,
I did
whatever.
pee.
Yeah,
Smoke some crack,
Yep.
whatever.
yeah, smoke
Yeah.
crack.
Smoke crack outside.
That was
yeah.
a good interview with Bryan
Oh, yeah, that was
Carpenter.
great.
Yes.
Heck of a good interview.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rachel, for that one. She
Yeah, thanks,
booked that one.
Rachel, wherever
Well,
you
you know,
are.
every
She's
now and then a
outside
squirrel
smoking
gets a
crack.
nut.
Oh, of
She's
course.
outside smoking
yeah.
crack.
Is it cool that I smoke crack in your bathroom? 'Cause I
Yeah,
had
it's
to pee,
fine.
so I
As
figured
long as you
two
keep it
birds,
away
one
from the
stone.
kids.
Yeah,
It's
the
fine.
kids aren't here, so anything goes.
The kids are here.
Absolutely.
Oh,
They're
are
just,
they?
yeah.
You have them heavily sedated then today.
Sprinkle a little
just
crack on the
somehow
grilled
quiet.
cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
They're heavily sedated. Don't try to get.
My
Make-
kids are not sedated. Don't worry.
Yes,
Make-
they are. I
make
saw
sure
them
you
passed out
follow
and
us.
tied up.
Make sure you follow us on the social medias,
the
Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Find us on
Why were you in my
theepicradioshow.com.
closet?
If you would like to donate to the Epic Radio Show and you have Cash App,
Cash App.
you can find us at $ the Epic Radio Show.
You can donate to us
$1,
because you
50
feel bad
cent.
for us.
You know, hey, I made this funny. We went to Boo at the Zoo
Last
yesterday,
night, yeah.
and there was this lady at the door. She was wearing an Eminem concert. I was like, "Where's
Shirt.
50 Cent?"
Shirt.
No, it was a costume.
Oh, I thought it was just a shirt.
No,
Okay. You said a concert.
The shirt
also.
could be the costume.
I thought I saw.
I heard
costume.
concert.
You also said concert.
Whatever.
So I was
She was
confused.
because I was saying
talking
Eminem. Eminem costume, like the candy.
I thought she was dressed like the rapper.
I would have
No.
thought that too.
no,
I
like
did.
the candy.
An M&M.
And I asked her where's 50 Cent, and she just stared at me blankly.
She just looked at you.
And I thought it was funny. But like, and then I was like joking. I brought up a picture of $100,000, you know, the candy bar.
Right.
I said, yeah, I heard Eminem owes 50 Cent $100,000. Yeah, yeah,
He was making all kinds of terrible
Dad
dad
jokes.
jokes last night.
yeah.
It was great,
There's a
though.
picture of an otter. I said, oh, this is Otter This World. You know? Like, okay.
He was on point with his dad.
Oh man, it's
Feeling very dad-like yesterday, because you had all your
Yes.
kids around you. Like, oh, all my dad senses are tingling. all the
What?
dad jokes. What?
Dad senses or
Dad
tingling?
senses.
He's gonna
Yeah.
go with it. He's gonna
Nope.
go with it.
Where
Here
can he
goes.
go with this?
I'll leave it lay
Please.
there.
The wind up and the pitch.
Please, where are you gonna go with this?
He's gonna knock it out of the park. Here it goes. In.
Please tell me where he could go.
Is he gonna strike? He's,
Like, how can you get
he's
in a
just
weird
gonna
place
take
with
the pitch
this?
and let it slide.
Dad
aren't ya?
senses?
Dad senses.
Just say it. It
Because
sounds
he
filthy
has
to
4
me.
children. How does that sound filthy to you?
Well, you know how you become a dad.
It's an Ewok
Yeah,
sense of
but
humor
then-
thing.
Those are the senses
That's-
tingling.
That's not. No. Nope. Nope.
Do Ewoks
Yeah.
tingle or tinkle?
Tingle.
How am I? I would be the tallest Ewok.
You're the Lord of the Ewoks.
Oh, Ryan said.
At
you
that
can-
point, you're just what's his face, Chewbacca.
Yeah, Chewbacca works.
Because he wasn't an Ewok, but I probably look more like Chewbacca.
Ryan said you can also donate by introducing 10 new viewers to the Epic Radio Show. There you go. Do that too.
Woo,
That's
there
it.
you go. I like that.
That's a good idea.
That's a better good. That's been a better good
Yeah, I
idea
like
today.
that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to
That's
sound like.
kinda-
I don't know either. I'm just.
Okay,
You know, the
I'm not sure
the
where you're
mushrooms
going.
are kicking in, man. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
okay.
It's
So
that
you're
time
feeling
of the-
pretty good
kicking
right
in.
now. The mushrooms, he said, are kicking in.
Ah, okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he's going with that voice, but I'll just.
Does
I'm
it
here
matter?
For it. I'm here for
This
it.
is what you
whatever.
guys pay me for, to come in here and just do stupid stuff on the
Hey,
moment.
we
you
don't
know?
You get
pay
paid.
you.
What do you mean? All those checks that he wrote are not worth anything? What?
That'd be awesome.
They
Ryan.
better be good.
Yeah.
More reason to go to Cash App.
There you
Yeah,
They get paid,
exactly.
yeah.
go. There you go.
Duh.
They get paid, we get paid, everybody gets
I
paid.
don't know. What are we doing? Are we pushing buttons? Is this the section of the show where we push buttons?
Yes.
This is
That's
the push
every
it-
section
the
of
And
the
Chris
button
just sits
pushing
here and
show.
says
Okay.
incredibly stupid
This is
things.
the button pushing
They
show.
let me just sit
Well,
here and
this
say
show
stupid
is also
stuff.
brought to you
You
by
buy?
herpes.
Oh God, why?
the
Yes.
gift that keeps on giving.
Herpes. Do you hate awkward physical affection from elderly aunts? Is your dating life too easy and simply not complex enough to stimulate you? Don't know what the word proctitis means, but wish you did?
No.
Then herpes might be for you. Herpes simplex is simply the gift that keeps on giving. To get your free trial, talk to your doctor or nearest truck stop prostitute
Oh my
today.
God, no.
Herpes also comes with a lifetime guarantee. It will never go away. You've heard of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, except herpes.
Oh.
Get yours today, and before you know it, you'll be ostracized at family events. having awkward conversations before coitus, and then really appreciating the burn of deep rectal inflammation. So choose herpes.
That hurts.
I don't even have herpes in that.
It is the gift that keeps on giving.
Don't like it. Don't like that.
Absolutely.
Don't like that at all.
Okay.
I find it weird he went with the rectal thing.
The rectal burning.
I know,
That's
instead of
all it
When you
penis.
is.
pee.
Yeah.
Apparently it's
Oh,
butt
God.
herpes.
Yes, as
Mark knows
herpes.
these things,
Ass
guys. That's
herpes?
all I'm saying.
Why
Mark
are we
knows
talking
these
about
things.
ass
Why
herpes?
does it burn
Why
when
do
I
you
pee?
know these things,
Huh?
Mark?
It's a Frank
Why?
Zappa song.
It is a very good Frank Zappa
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. This is definitely not a family-friendly
Big
show.
fan.
This is not. Yeah.
Now you start talking about Zappa and herpes.
Yeah.
Catholic girl.
And
for
how the
sluts.
hell did we end up The Walking Dead again? What happened there?
The Walking
Oh.
Dead.
We're
Yeah, I mean, we
pale
got
again.
white. Yeah,
Oh.
whatever.
This is our
It must be
natural.
the herpes.
This is the natural tone. So here we are. It must not be herpes, okay?
I thought it
Yeah.
was just the mushrooms.
Maybe it's
I
for
don't
you, but it's
know.
not the herpes for me.
Gotcha.
It's not my reasoning for being. pale.
So are you ready for crazy news?
I-
Kathleen
Yes,
Connie's
I don't
watching. Did
know.
anybody say
All
hello to
right.
Kathleen? Hi, Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Hey, Kathleen.
Nobody.
she's
It didn't
an
even.
actress.
It didn't even let
Gotcha.
me know that anyone came in to
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
It's like nope. I'm
But-
not gonna tell you.
Okay, but we're gonna do the intro for crazy news.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
actually,
there's
we need nothing but you.
Yeah.
So it's crazy news. You right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. I'm just. Are you gonna fix it or am I just gonna go?
Just go ahead. Yep.
Just rock it, because that's what you do.
So I am next to a blank box. And so I will just put all the stuff
Yeah.
in the words. Family of 7 discovered living in Dutch farm cellar for years, waiting for the world to end. That's it. No.
It just makes it more crazy.
That's
I
it.
think.
That's the whole story. That's the whole story. There we go. Yeah.
We can still riff on it for several minutes. That's
Yeah, we
enough for
can.
me.
Yeah, that's enough, right?
Yeah.
So authorities
Dutch.
in the Netherlands have launched a major investigation after an apparent family of 7 was discovered living in the basement of an isolated farm, allegedly waiting for the end of time. Let's see. Police stated that someone reported they were worried about the living conditions of people who were living in an enclosed space on a farm located just outside the town. I don't know how to say this. God damn it. Runer Wall.
Lots.
I don't know. It's Netherlands. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Yeah, you know why? Because they wrote that name when they were really fucking high.
That's what I'm thinking, man.
Plus, there's only like 9
I
letters in
can't
their
handle
alphabet.
it. Ugh. When police went to the home on the farm what?
Ryan says it was a nice cellar. I just thought that was funny. I'm sorry.
Yes, thank
I'm
you, Ryan. It
sorry.
probably was a nice cellar.
Sorry, Ash.
It's okay. I saw that too. So when the police went to the home on the farm on Monday, they discovered 6 adults aged 18 to 25 inside and a 58-year-old man who did not want to
Uncle
cooperate with the investigation, and he was arrested. It's unclear what relationship exactly the 58-year-old held with the others, but some reports describe them as a family, unquote, family. All scenarios, yeah, it could be a cult. All scenarios are still open. Our research is in full swing, and we cannot share more information at this time, police said. But there's like a lot of information they give out. Like, the farm is located in this weird place, that Runer Wald, or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, that's perfect. Every time I have to say it, you just say it. A town in the northern Netherlands that has about 4,000 residents, about 80 miles northeast of Amsterdam. The farm was on the outskirts of the village in an area known as some other shit I can't pronounce.
Some other shit I can't pronounce.
There you go. Where less than 200 people lived.
Mark.
Sorry, what?
It's fine.
I was
He's fine.
helping.
He's fine. He's fine. He's making it not so weird for
Hey,
me.
there you go.
It's
So wait till I'll tell you the joke
There's
about
so
the seller
much
of
more.
Dutch.
There's so much more shit that I'm not gonna be able to pronounce. I'm trying to like skip over it.
Oh, that's why I'm here.
We want you to pronounce
I'm the translator.
I'm not. I don't speak any of this, so this is gonna be bad.
Go ahead, you butcher it, then I'll butcher it worse in a bad accent.
Okay, so let's see. Where parts did I leave off at?
You know what this story reminds me of,
What
actually?
does this remind you
This is
of?
like ripped from the pages of like Anne Frank or World War II. You remember how they used to
Yeah.
find the Japanese people hidden on the islands thinking the World War II
Yeah,
was still
it's
going?
really
You know what I'm talking
weird.
about?
I do.
It's
Yeah.
like these people were, I mean, the end of the world was like, 19 years ago.
I know,
Y2K.
this is really weird.
These
Like,
guys-
if it goes back that far, that'd be awesome.
you know,
read that
this
one.
is a movie and stuff.
So Mayor Roger de Groot.
The groups!
That's what it says. So thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. It's what I'm here for.
Said Tuesday in a short statement that the family is believed to have lived for 9 years on the farm and that authorities found a number of improvised rooms where a family lived a withdrawn life.
That's a little bit more than a short statement.
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
sorry.
right? That's a little bit long, isn't
It's
it?
not- come on, Dutch
It's a
people.
little long.
It's a little lengthy.
The discovery was made after the 58-year-old man's possible son, age 25, walked from the farm to a pub where he was completely confused. He was just like, what
You
the
mean the world
fuck?
is still here?
Yeah. The owner of the pub told, oh God,
I'm
Dagblad
paying for my
Dagblad!
Van Het Norden.
Van Hanoten!
The young man looked unkempt with long hair and said he needed help and he had never been to school. Obviously, it was having a bad
But he
time.
knew how to get beer.
He knew how to find a pub, though. He said he needed help and wanted to put an end to the situation he was in.
with beer.
With beer. The 25-year-old added he slipped away at night because it was not possible during the day and that he could not go back to where he came from.
Wasn't Rip Van Winkle like Dutch? This is like a Rip Van Winkle family, right?
It seems like it, right?
They went to the
very
basement
strange.
and just went to sleep for
It's
19
very strange.
years.
It's a very strange time right now. Let's see. When police went to the farm, they discovered a staircase to the basement behind a cupboard in the living room. The group lived in a space and had no contact with the outside world,
Anne
according
Frank.
to the television station. The 6 younger members of the group reportedly had no idea there were other humans out in the world. So this 58-year-old man really kept them from thinking there was anything else going on.
Well, and especially because the patrons of the pub said that the young 25-year-old man didn't seem educated.
Nope.
But they had been down there for 9 years.
Yeah.
So even in those first 16 years of his life, he was shut off from society
so.
in a sense. They
Yeah.
just moved one level underground.
Where do these people live? Cloverfield?
It's Cloverfield Lane
Cloverfield Lane. Okay.
in Switzerland or the Alps or all those countries with really white people.
Yeah.
And a neighbor, I guess, told the police that he only saw one man on the farm at all times and was totally surprised at the news of the discovery.
Hey, welcome, Jay Grimm and Howling Demon
Hey,
Rain.
people. What's up, people?
So where I'm amused by this story is
Yes.
that make
The whole
sure
thing.
everybody knows that it's a seller of Dutch, not someone who sells Dutch people,
No.
but a room seller of Dutch.
Yeah.
What are you
people.
saying, Mark?
Not a
What
seller
are you
of Dutch
saying, Mark?
people, someone who sells Dutch people.
I'm totally
What are you
confused,
saying?
Mark.
What did
are
they
you
do in the
saying, Mark?
basement? Play double Dutch the whole time?
Maybe that's all they were able to do with their
Yeah,
time.
Monopoly.
Each one of them were able to
Monopoly.
Scrabble.
Scrabble.
procreate appropriately.
It's
to
like
do double
apocalypse
Dutch.
is a pretty a good pointed word.
That's
you
a
know?
long time.
Yes.
It's a long time to trust some random.
How many
I hope
points do you
this is
think
their father.
apocalypse is in Scrabble?
Yeah, that's probably a lot of there.
That would be a great one.
See, now it just makes me think. I hope this guy is their father because you're gonna blindly trust some random old dude. I wouldn't trust a random old dude.
The world's
kinda like-
ended. Quick, run down to the cellar.
Run down to my cellar.
9 years later, you know what? I'm not believing
He's the
this guy
only one.
anymore.
Yeah.
So where does because they said the farm had a huge vegetable garden and and stuff like that. So
There's
like
vegetables in the basement,
there's
too.
like I don't understand. There's like they're living off a vegetable garden. This guy's the only guy. The 58-year-old man's the only guy that was seen outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't even know all these other people were like in this cellar.
Yeah.
So like,
So what was he
where
telling them?
are they telling them he was going?
And that's what I'm saying.
Like, did they just blindly believe that he was just?
Did he like put
I don't
on
understand.
like some
Like some big fucking suit.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense to
I'm
me.
eating this steak because it's radioactive, and I want to save you.
I want
to
to save you
greens.
guys. Like,
Yeah.
what? Huh?
Where did they poop?
I don't know. But I'm so confused. There's a lot of questions here
Yes.
that I'm sure their uneducated selves didn't think about. But, like, I don't know. I'm just like, I would not blindly trust a man that... I mean, if he was my father, maybe, I guess. But
It's kind of like hitchhiking, though.
if this was just some random dude, then I would be like,
Just-
you're fucking insane.
hitchhike.
Like,
You just let
I gotta
some
go.
random dude pick you up. On the
Yeah.
side.
yeah, like, this is weird.
That's what I was saying, Steven. How did they use the restroom for 9 years?
See?
Did they drink their own urine?
I don't think this
I don't know.
Nasty.
If you
That's
filter
gross.
it correctly,
I bet it
you
smelled
can.
like
There is
shit.
no correct way to filter urine. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Urine is fucking urine.
Not like
Urine,
with a
urine.
griddle. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying there's things made
not
for those
running my
things.
urine.
I can see.
I don't know. It just seems really
if they're
standard,
not
right?
drinking adequate enough water, which they were probably rationing off that
Yeah.
too. Well, actually, probably not.
It was probably Amsterdam. They had a river.
They
running
just
through
went
the
to their-
basement.
This guy dressed up in a what are the suits called?
Jack and Jill costumes when they went up the hill.
Hazmat suit.
Hazmat suit.
Yeah.
He went to Giant Eagle in a hazmat suit.
It's bananas.
Bro.
Oh, you
Bottled
people are
water.
diseased. Yeah.
It's the end of
Like,
the world.
ew,
There's
Like,
bottled
oh, they still fight a Giant Eagle.
Maybe he just convinced him that up on the first floor was where
That's
all this plant
disgusting.
garden thing
That's
was.
disgusting. I'm just thinking, like, using a bucket for 9 years like, to
Oh,
use the bathroom.
God.
That's so gross.
Hey,
Maybe there was a
How do
bathroom
they take
in
a
the cellar.
shower?
Do they shower at all? Like,
Ashley,
know.
how did he explain the black mold in the basement? And
Sean
that it was
Wallace
okay
said-
to be living there amongst the black
Sean
mold
Wallace-
after the apocalypse.
maybe there was
Gotcha.
like 15 or 16 of them. Maybe they just started dying. I don't know. Like,
Did they live off the black mold? Were
Yeah,
they
what amount
eating?
did they start with?
My
That's the
goodness,
thing I was
guys.
wondering.
So Sean Wallace said Fidel Castro came back from the dead.
Ha!
Yes.
Ah.
What's the blue bags in the pic?
That's the human waste.
Yeah, they actually, it does
the
not
bio
say.
waste.
It does not say. That's
the-
you know what?
Bio waste.
I didn't even see that.
That's the other people in the story who didn't make it.
Oh yeah.
Those are that's the six. Those are the, you know, because
Those
they
are our
started out
6
as
other
20,
brothers. Yeah.
and then now those are them and those blue bags. It's like, you know, what's that shit called? Like fertilizer or some shit. Like
Yeah, that's how they
fertilize
really
their
eat
bodies,
so
you know?
well.
Yeah.
They're eating vegetables that are, you know, fertilized by my brother.
Yeah, that's true. Like they could be using the
I
poop to
don't-
fertilize the
It's
plants.
gross. It's
It'll be my secret where this corn came from.
This is gross.
You
I'm
can
gonna
look through my
fertilize the
secret window.
corn with the corn in my poop. Okay, but anyways, let's move on to the next story.
It gets so much better. Just
Yeah, this almost sounds like a movie too.
Yeah, this kind of does sound like a movie, doesn't it? Parents say adopted 8-year-old was actually a woman with dwarfism who tried to kill them.
That is a movie. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
right. This is amazing. Yeah.
Yay! Where's my
Annabelle
fucking
comes to
sound
life.
effects? Where's my? I gotta get my sound effects. No, I don't want to rate you right now. You know, where is the fucking button that I'm looking for?
Oh, come on. Just push any button, damn it.
Awesome.
That was a button.
There is the button I wanted.
was a
Yeah.
Okay, so this was in Indiana. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Lafayette. Wasn't that like your grandpa's name? Isn't
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
Lafayette was your grandfather's name?
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah.
He's-
He passed away.
That's why.
So the couple accused of abandoning their adopted daughter and moving to Canada pleaded not guilty to child neglect charges because she was trying to murder them. So a bizarre case has garnered global attention as Michael and Christine Barnett claim the 8-year-old daughter they adopted is actually an adult and tried to kill them. The couple had the girl's age changed to 22 before leaving for Canada in 2013. The couple divorced in 2014, 4 years after adopting the girl. A doctor examined the girl in 2010 and deemed her 8 years old. The girl has a rare form of dwarfism and is from the Ukraine.
Man, they'll infiltrate us any way they
It's-
can, right?
Yeah, this is bananas. So, in an interview with Good Morning America, Michael Barnett said the girl Natalia, that's a perfect name for her.
I
too,
know.
Yes. So
tried to hurt him and Christine
Natalia,
and
the
kill
killer
them
dwarf.
multiple times.
kill him multiple times.
Multiple times.
You only
She
need
was-
to kill him once if you do it right.
Right.
Natalia.
Yeah,
But
she had
after
to
the
try
first
a lot.
attempt, wouldn't you be like, oh, something's wrong with this
Maybe,
kid?
maybe it's an accident.
Can I
Like,
get a refund?
maybe she's
Well,
doing this on accident. She's
Ryan
just a
said
kid.
she tried to kill him but came up short.
That was good.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, where's my applause button? I cannot find the fucking applause button. But
You know, there's a way you can put titles on those.
Yes.
it's like, where is it?
Steven said, hid in a basement and being threatened by a dwarf. New episode of Game of Thrones.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Yes. So let's see. I think they might get
Is
into
this
a little
YouTube
bit.
you're reading from?
So
Facebook.
he said doctors told him the girl is a sociopath and a con artist. So Michael said Natalia would do things like place clear thumbtacks on the stairs face up so they would step on them. He claimed the girl also tried to poison Christine by putting pine salt in her coffee and then tried to push her into an electric fence.
Nice.
So these things...
Yes. This does sound like a horror movie.
Yeah, it does.
Specifically, Orphan.
Like
This is
Orphan.
the
Yeah, that was
exact
it.
This is the plot.
plot.
Except
of
I
Orphan.
think in Orphan she tried to fuck the dad or something.
Yeah. Well, at the
That was
end.
part of it.
Yeah,
at the
she
end.
like she romantically was interested.
Yeah.
And then then she killed him because
Yes.
Or
he
maybe
wouldn't-
like
Which is this is the girl from Orphan,
right.
and then you look at
This
the
is
other
amazing.
little girl, and there is kind of a
resemblance,
a little
Yeah, it's
resemblance.
interesting, right?
Yeah.
You can tell the dwarfism though.
Yes.
How a doctor doesn't see that? What?
He's not a very good
Ukrainian doctor.
He's not a very good
No,
doctor.
they did mention that.
No, I know.
Yes.
Well, at one point it said that the Ukrainian doctor said that she was 8 years old.
Yeah.
I know, but but it also said that she had a rare form of dwarfism. That was in the same sentence.
But looking right there at the girl,
Yes.
just by the look of it, you know that's not an 8-year-old girl. But a doctor claimed that even with the rare form of dwarfism, that it was a 22-year-old.
He's saying that like
Or that was an 8-year-old.
yeah.
They did a test.
He was just identifying as an 8-year-old.
You know, that's fun. That's
Chill.
good.
She's really a
No,
50-year-old man.
They did a test on
That's
her,
it.
is what the article said.
Right.
Yes.
What is the test? Are you 8? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you never know. They might go with that. Might be the test.
It's
Was the doctor a janitor the week before?
Probably. He probably just got promoted.
I mean, holy shit. You look at that picture, you know that's not an 8-year-old.
He's not a janitor. He's a doctor of sanitary engineering.
Love it.
Dwarf
Good
of
job.
Mordor.
Well,
funny.
wait, who? What? She's not 8?
So Steven says so she was an evil leprechaun.
I'm
That's
so
fun.
Aren't
confused.
all leprechauns evil, though, Steven?
So I think he's with the parents, and that she isn't 8.
She is 22 years old.
Look, hey, listen, I'm about to get into
Yeah,
this.
she's doing
Okay.
it.
Michael also claimed doctors' medical testing and a court ruling had them believe Natalia's birth year was 1989. So a friend of the Barnetts, the couple, affiliate WLFI, I don't know. The couple believed they were scammed and the girl caused a traumatic adoption experience. The girl, it says, who's now either 16 or 30 years old, has not responded for media requests for comment.
TAE, traumatic adoption
You
experience.
gotta understand, this picture that she's in now
Yeah.
is her as 16.
That's not 16, dude. That's 30.
That's not her. That's the mother.
I'm aware of that.
I think Mark's
I know
mushrooms
which
are
one I'm
kicking in.
looking at.
She's not 30. How do you look at that and see 30?
His mushrooms are kicking in.
I think so.
That's 16?
He's with the parents on this one.
I am with the
guess.
parents on this one.
Maybe the Ewok thing is, they see things differently. I don't know.
And I mean, you guys are talking about the movie Orphan. The plot sounds more like Home Alone 4. Thumbtacks on
I
the
thought
stairs.
that for a
thought of
moment.
I tried to beat
I
you to
did.
it. All right,
See,
good.
okay, so Jay said maybe she identifies as an 8-year-old girl.
That's
Yes.
right.
And right,
Okay.
you had that. All right.
Jay's got
Okay,
it.
see?
Jay knows what's going on.
Yes.
Telling you, that's 30, man.
Okay. I
That's
think they just
interesting.
took the plot of Orphan and ran with it. I think that's what happened.
A jury trial date is set for January 28th, 2020 for them.
Gotcha.
So, Yep.
Third one.
third one. Arkansas.
Oh,
So this one's a funny one. This one's pretty funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Arkansas woman claims brother fed her a meth sandwich. That's all I gotta say. That's it.
Read the headline again so I can. I want to make sure.
Arkansas woman claims brother fed her a meth
If
sandwich.
that's the worst thing that happens in Arkansas, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Usually, brothers in Arkansas are feeding their sisters something other than meth.
Put that in your
Sandwiches.
commercial.
Oh,
Yeah,
he gave her
well.
a sandwich? That's nice of him.
The show is also brought to you by the state of Arkansas. There's meth in our sandwiches.
There's meth in our sandwiches.
Oh, it's ham, cheese, mayonnaise. Oh, and meth. Mm. Of course it's on white bread. It was on white bread,
Of course it was. Of course
The
it was.
substance of our lives.
Do.
Yeah.
So
I do get that
what?
people do lie about age,
Yes.
Teresa, but I believe that these people are also batshit crazy.
I don't know. I would have
Yeah.
to. I'd have to live with her to know. I'd
I
have to be
guess.
like, "Are you really trying to kill me, or like, what's going on here?" I would have to really.
Well,
know.
I think that anybody from like Russia or Ukraine always sound like they were going to kill
Right,
you.
I feel like they just
have
want
that,
to.
Yeah, they just have that accent where, no, I do not want to kill you.
Oh no!
And it's like, oh, I do want to kill you. And they're like,
No, I don't want to kill you. I love
their
you very
accent,
much.
their words in their accent
Or they
are
use the
saying
double
different things.
negatives,
Yeah.
which
I mean,
means that they
yes.
really
Just
do
saying,
want to.
like that girl
No,
from
I mean,
Orphan
not-
scared the
to not
shit out of
kill
me.
you.
Yeah.
I was like,
I love that movie.
before I even knew she was like an adult,
I had to look her
I was
up.
like, holy shit, you're scary.
I had to
I don't
look
want
her
to come
up.
across you ever.
Because I really thought she was like
Yeah.
an older,
I was like, I don't want to fuck with
woman,
you. You're scary.
but she was actually only 10.
Yeah, she
But
was
she
actually only
did
10.
that role
She played
really
that well.
fast.
She was a little.
Absolutely.
She was scary. Wherever you are now, you were scary back then.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing now, but
It was, I don't, that movie came out quite a bit.
yeah, it was
She's
scary.
got to be like 18.
Check it out on
19 now.
IMDb.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta check. I gotta see what she's doing now.
Yeah.
See if
You haven't
she's-
seen that movie?
No, I have. That's why I know
Okay.
so much about the plot.
Oh, okay,
And why I
gotcha.
think that's a 30-year-old dwarf, not a 16-year-old.
Like that's definitely not an 8-year-old
Yeah.
girl.
Well,
Okay.
then he said it was as 16.
You know how I got these scars?
Like, oh, that's scary. Don't talk to me. Stop
I was
saying
trying
words.
to do the dance.
I don't
She's the
understand.
whistleblower. That's right, Jay.
It doesn't make.
That's funny.
That's funny. It doesn't make sense to me how, like, I'm gonna go back to the movie for a second. How the parents in the movie, they saw her and thought, "Oh, this is a great girl to adopt," because she was scary from the get go.
Yeah, and
she was all
that-
secluded
Yeah.
by her fucking self. No other kids wanted to fuck with her.
She always wore that like
thing.
Yeah.
Bonnet?
What's
Oh,
it
she was
called?
all covered up.
Or the choker kind of thing
choker,
around her
yes.
neck.
Oh,
and
with that.
that's always a telltale sign in horror movies.
I know.
It's like, don't fucking trust
It's
them.
like-
them fucking
Or like in
dudes.
those books. and
It's like
oh, she
because
takes
she's
it
a
off and her head
10-year-old with
falls
a
off.
slut necklace on. That's what I call it.
That's
Slut
funny.
necklace. Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked her because there's all these other kids that were just playing and normal and being all like kids, you know,
Yeah.
and then there was her
And it turned out the
painting
reason.
in her fucking
Yeah.
like
Pale and dressed in all
right,
black.
all scary
You
looking.
can't trust pale
Well,
people all
didn't
dressed
they
in all
put
black.
a black light up, and there was like all these.
Yeah, there was all
Yeah.
this shit going on.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that
I have
was
no problem
terrifying.
with pale people dressed in black, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I
I don't have a
pale
problem with people,
dressed
but-
in all black.
That's not who I would
People
have
that
went.
really bother me are like people who wear like white framed glasses.
That's not who
I
I would have
know.
adopted though. I
No.
wouldn't have
just don't
adopted
feel
her.
safe.
I don't like them
Yeah.
either.
Or-
and they're
or men-
tan with curly hair.
Or men who wear ascots. It's just
Actually, that was funny.
I
Ascot,
do not feel
too.
comfortable.
I do
around
not
men
like
with
ascots.
no.
Okay, I'm gonna get into the meth
Okay.
sandwich.
Meth
I have no
sandwich.
problem.
So, 2 Arkansas siblings were arrested on drug charges during the weekend after the sister claimed her brother fed her a meth sandwich.
Nice.
Elizabeth Catlett, 29, was pulled over on Sunday in Hot Springs, a city roughly 55 miles southwest of Little Rock,
Meth capital of the
for
world.
driving without her headlights on. Her brother, 33-year-old Don Furr, was a passenger in the vehicle. I'm just sorry. It's like Don Furr.
Don Fur.
You did that really well too.
Yeah, thank you.
And the pronunciation was like dead on.
It was dead on. That's how you
Yeah, you
pronounce it.
said that
Don
name,
Furr.
girl.
The police officer who pulled her over said he smelled marijuana in the car and observed Catlett moving about the vehicle in a quick, nervous manner. God, they just look so shitty.
Yeah.
Catlett said the car didn't contain any drugs, but when another officer arrived on scene and a body check of Catlett was conducted, police said they found small plastic bags and a cut straw in her front pocket and alleged residue of meth.
Nice.
So the 29-year-old told police someone else placed the bags there.
Okay.
And as always, you know,
Yep.
investigators asked her brother, Fur, if there was anything illegal in the car, to
Fur.
which he reportedly replied, if there is anything in the car, it would be in the console and it would be ice. So the officers said they found 0.5 grams of meth in the vehicle, as
Jeez.
well as alcohol swabs and medical supplies.
Nice.
They're just ready, you know?
Yeah,
They got
for
everything.
anything.
Like all the things.
Meth sandwiches.
Eating meth sandwiches, all fun stuff.
Meth. You can bake meth.
Meth burritos,
You can fry meth.
Make
meth in my
meth
cakes,
gumbo.
gumbo, soup,
Meth
My favorite is
souffle.
meth cake.
meth cake.
you sprinkle it with a little bit more meth.
It's good. So Catlett.
Is it
what?
Bill Clinton from Arkansas?
Yes, he
Is he?
is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Catlett then allegedly told police that if she pops hot, quoting that,
Yeah.
it just sounds funny. Likely a reference to testing positive for drugs. Likely. I wouldn't know. It was because Fur fed her a meth sandwich.
A meth sandwich. Don't need no teeth for that one, man.
Right, nope.
Teeth.
She also allegedly told the cops that Fur did that often, and she thought he put meth in her drink earlier Sunday. Fur reportedly confessed to doing meth with Catlett on Saturday.
Nice.
The two were
Fuck
taken.
that bitch. She did it willingly.
Ah, she did it. I didn't have to give her a sandwich.
Mess for him.
She took it, though. The two were taken into custody on various drug charges, obviously. Catlett faces additional charges of DWI and refusal to submit to a chemical test. Both are scheduled
awesome.
to appear in court November 4th.
The only test she would have
Gotcha.
passed, too.
Yep, the only
Yes.
test you pass. It's like, damn,
Well,
just go for the
besides that
test,
herpes
ladies.
test.
Yeah. Speaking of herpes, meth shrimp. Thank you, Rachel. That's one we didn't
Yes.
go over.
Yes.
Meth shrimp. I like a little bit of meth in my shrimp.
Some people put salt and pepper.
What'd you do? Was you put the meth in the sandwich and eat it?
I didn't know what
That's
Pops
what
Hot
he was.
meant.
Pops Hot. Come
Yeah,
on.
right. And everyone knew what Pops Hot meant, and we all feel bad for it. I didn't know what it meant until I read the article, and then I'm like, oh, I never heard that before.
Me either.
So, not everybody, Ryan. Not everybody. There we go.
All
So
right.
that was crazy news, and that's about it. That's all I
All
got.
right.
for-
Thank you so
That's
much.
about it.
Yes.
Yay.
That's about it. That's her catchphrase.
Yay! Woo!
That's
That's
about
about
it.
That's about
That's
it.
about it. All we can
That's
handle.
all.
That
That's
crazy
about
shit.
it. Mhm.
That is it. Put your teeth back in, folks.
Yeah.
Don't eat no meth sandwiches your brother offers you.
Nope. Don't
Don't do
do
that.
it. In other news.
Especially if he fucking looks like that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Or this guy either.
In
Oh,
other
God.
news.
Especially that guy over there.
Yeah.
In other fucking news.
Can't say with the glasses. You all have glasses.
In other fucking news.
There's more?
Jesus
There
Christ.
is more.
There's more? Well, don't go anywhere, guys. There's more.
There's more.
I mean,
more
that's the
shit.
crazy
There's a
news.
perv in Kent.
Oh,
no.
surprise.
Yes.
Surprise.
Man accused of appearing nearly nude outside Kent State sorority houses arraigned in court.
Hang on. Nearly nude? Either you're nude or you're not nude. How's that
Well,
nearly
I'll
nude?
tell you.
Yeah.
A man who was arrested in connection with the string of prowling incidents at sorority houses on Kent State University's campus was arraigned in court Tuesday. Stephen Franzrebel.
What?
That's
Is that a real name?
yeah.
I think that's like a. fucking
43 of North
Rebels?
Royalton pleaded not guilty to menacing by stalking a Ravenna municipal court. His bond was set at $50,000.
It's affordable.
He was arrested on Friday, October 11th after police received multiple reports of a man approaching a Kent State University sorority house, nude or mostly nude on multiple occasions. The first incident occurred on August 22nd around 2:30 a.m. when Franzreb was seen on surveillance video completely nude on the front porch of an Alpha Pi sorority house. Alpha Pi, sorry. He was holding his cell phone and appeared to be recording it. During the first incident, Franzreb was covered in writing, including "loser" written across
Oh.
his forehead and "laugh at me" written across his chest, according to police. He was spotted approaching the
Amazing.
sorority house again on September 23rd. Let's see.
Sounds like a hazing.
They
Except the dude's 43.
they arrested him and
That's what I thought at first when I first heard the story too.
Thank you, Mark. He was
He said
arrested.
something. I was answering him.
Thank you, Mark, again. He was arrested Friday night around 10:30 p.m. In Broadview Heights. He was being held without bail and remained in custody over the weekend.
It was just an observation.
And I was answering your observation with the, in the side.
on the side.
Hey, you know that first time when he's nude and it says "loser" on his forehead and "laugh on me" on his chest?
Yes.
It says half of the letter A on his dick.
Oh,
How do you know
jeez.
this?
Because it's part of the surveillance.
video.
No, it's
Half of
not.
the letter A.
Yeah,
Half of the letter A because he's got a tiny little wiener.
gotcha.
Half of the letter A.
Anyways, he also had pervert written across his belly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say
So this is an actual picture from the eye ring.
Is it
that
going to
they
show his
had.
penis? Because I really don't want to look at a little
No.
penis, man. I mean,
I don't think Tommy.
It's so small.
I don't think you would just put a picture of a penis.
He was wearing a
without warning.
Speedo when he was doing this. And also this
well, Speedo's kind of,
The second time
compacted.
it's right,
It
yeah.
does kind of make it look a little bit smaller, because it's kind of all just packed and jammed in
Gotcha.
there, man.
Jumble junk.
We're going to move on from that, though, Epic says.
Yeah, let's get away from that.
Yeah, penises.
Yes.
That's when he
Please
gets nervous.
Go, Epic, go.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to say is what the article didn't say that I read in another article.
Oh, okay.
Was that not only was he doing this, but he was also emailing a lot of these girls like pictures of his junk and whatnot. So this dude's really like out there.
He's
yeah.
really fucking like desperate.
He's
Yeah.
really letting it
It's
hang
like,
out there.
dude, no, ew.
He's putting
I
it
just
out there.
wonder because of the things he wrote on them, if it wasn't like some sort of weird dare or something. Maybe he was really bad at like poker. And his friends were like really just dicks,
Like it's a quick
Not
Tarantino
again.
movie.
not again, man. Fuck, double or nothing. Like
So he lost a bet, is what you're
He
saying.
lost the bet and had to stalk women.
It's like
nude.
the douchiest
Yeah.
thing you could do it for losing a bet. Like, what the fuck?
Guys would do that to another guy, though. They would do that.
His daughter left her phone at the house. He's just trying to bring it back to her
So douchey.
Yeah.
because he's 43.
He's 43.
And that's what dads do.
Show up nude.
While you're at college.
Show up nude to bring your daughter's phone.
Well,
to
it
her.
just turns
Yeah.
out he's a weird guy. He
Oh
was
my
doing
God.
other stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, I
Gotta
got
bring
some-
Chelsea her phone."
hey, Rachel wants to know if you're wearing your Speedo today, Chris.
I'm commando today.
Commando.
Yeah.
Rachel also said earlier, was he on meth naked with herpes?
Who, me?
No, not you. Are you sure?
That's a good one.
Are you sure, Chris? Like,
No herpes. No meth.
no
No.
meth, no herpes. Not naked though?
I ain't got no problem with nudity. I'm down with the nudity thing. I mean,
Let's
it's a
see.
beautiful thing, man.
Ryan said he's been trying to get in for 15 years, that holding on to your dreams.
Mark's scared.
Michael
slightly.
Copenhaver.
Actually,
said,
I'm going to be nude for the last segment from the waist down. for the next segment, I think. Just
And it's not the first time.
it's every show, Chris. We tell you.
I
Ask for
know.
permission.
I tried
You gotta
today to
ask
wear
permission.
pants. I'm
We have
just not going
kids
to be able to make it the
upstairs.
rest of the day wearing pants here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Michael
can write out
Copenhaver
well, anyway.
said there are
Words on his thing.
easier ways to get dates, but respect that he's putting in the work.
I do not respect that work. I do not.
Yes.
It's not good work. It's bad work.
It's very disgusting.
It's like showing up at work and doing the opposite that you're being paid for.
yeah.
Yeah, like talk when the host is talking. Is that what you're saying?
But see, when you're quiet, that's when I talk. Or I answer other people's things.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
he can talk, but I can't then.
No, you're not.
I misunderstood that.
Absolutely.
I understand it now.
You misunderstood the
Because I just say
contract.
small, stupid things. Just say small, stupid things. Don't go on a rant and try to change the world with me, man.
Oh my goodness.
If it's good content, it'll be good content. But apparently,
But if we can't hear each
I
other
have-
because we're talking over each
Right,
other,
that's
you know.
kind of the problem.
I have no good content. I just say small, stupid
Yeah,
things.
that's my thing.
Yeah,
Like, I
none of
don't-
us ever do.
I have no content.
I'm just sitting here like, bleh. Yeah.
It's literally
Marky
just the
Mark.
stupid stuff that comes off the top of my head.
Okay, anyways, moving on. It's time for Chris
No.
to be embarrassed today.
Is it
In
time
our
for him to be
segment called
embarrassed?
Say What,
Say,
where where
Tell him
he
what you
has to guess basically what slang words are. Yeah. So we're gonna get into this intro right now.
Say what? Mark
Oh,
said he'll
shit.
help you out.
Here we
Don't need
go.
one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'll
how
just give
that
you a
happened.
handy. You
Yeah.
don't
Give
need
me
a
the handy and I'm good. You
Yeah.
know?
All right.
We're good. That's all
All
I
right.
need.
So first one was Bay. You got that one right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So wait, they're saying no sound.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
I figured you did, but I wanted
No,
to
because
double
of
check.
the intro and then him always interrupting.
Fucking Mark.
God damn it, Mark.
Mark.
I was
shit.
actually quiet this time.
He
Mark.
was quiet.
Right.
That's the truth.
Like, I get it times
But
when I
he
screw
still
up.
gets blamed, man.
God damn it, Mark.
He's the scapegoat.
Well, I've learned my role
We're just
now.
gonna put
Fucking Mark.
scapegoat on
Yeah,
the back
tired
of
of this
his
shit.
shirt. Mark the scapegoat.
Say what?
We are very much
Sarah,
having a good
we did that
time.
on purpose so that you guys would have no sound and we would talk and you'd be like,
You guys
"Say
are like, what are
Right.
they saying?
That's what it was.
Yeah, we're having a good time in here, though.
We could just do this whole section without
no,
Buddy Boy.
I do want to take one little
Second.
moment. I want to congratulate
Who?
Jay Grimm
Jay Grimm.
for
yes.
winning the
He did.
contest last week.
Yep.
He got a free shirt.
Yeah.
yes.
Way to go, Jim.
Yeah, Jay.
Him too, both of them.
Jay Grimm.
It
Yeah.
began with a
Met
J.
the-
It's close. You,
Yeah,
and it was
you
3 letters.
literally
You
It was
added
like
actually.
there.
you mashed his name. It was a mashable.
How mashable.
Instead of Jay Grimm, he just said Drim.
Man, it's the next
good.
segment. Chris
Yes.
tries to say your name. Tune in next week.
Yes.
Watch me
Okay.
slaughter your name.
So we got Bay. You said that
That's
was
my segment.
I did get
what you
Bay.
called a significant other.
A significant other.
Oh, dang. So Michael called Mark said, he said, Mark, you ignorant slut.
Right?
Dang.
I mean,
That's cold.
nice SNL reference, but still.
Yes.
How?
How? What did I do to be?
The second one is Yas.
Yas?
Yeah.
Yas. Is that like Valley Talk, you thinking? The Yas.
Is
I
it?
don't know. Is
I
it?
think it's like Valley Talk, just that an affirmation, you know, Yas.
But for what?
Oh, it's for a specific thing, huh? Yas. You're giving an affirmation for something, huh?
Well, I mean, what exactly are you saying?
That you're in a relationship. It kind of ties in with the Bay thing. Yas. You know, it's like
No, it's just a really annoying way of saying yes.
that's what I was saying the first time, and you made me go into it deeper.
Well, you had to go
I
into
said
it.
Well, you actually
affirmation.
had to say
Affirmation
yes.
is yes. Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
Half credit?
Yeah.
We'll give him half credit for
I
that.
tried to
Half
use
credit.
I tried to use more letters in my
Yes.
answer than necessary.
When you
Gotcha.
said bait, we could have celebrated with yes!
Yes!
Exactly.
Antonio.
Canceled, and not what this show's going to be.
Canceled, like is when you take somebody, they're out of your life. They're gone. Canceled.
To reject something because it is no longer trendy or it's become too ratchet.
Oh,
So
too
me.
ratchet.
Yeah.
So Mark, yeah. So are we giving him credit for that one?
Mark, your type of
Half
ratchet
credit.
will
Half
never
credit.
go
Okay,
out
that's
of
2
style.
half credits.
Man, I
So-
could have rocked
So that's
this
like a
today,
hole right
man.
there.
Yeah, you
I
get at
could've-
least a half
I
for
could
that
have
one.
rocked this today.
The canceled
stuff,
one,
man.
Okay. Boogie.
Oh, I know this word. It's bougie, not
It's
boogie.
bougie.
It's bougie. See, I know
It's
it.
bougie.
It's bougie. And this is thanks to some one night stand that stayed in my house for way too long. And I finally had to put her shit on the curb. And she used
No,
this
it's
word.
boogie. Because that's not how you spell bougie.
Well, that's how they spell it.
It's bougie.
It's bougie.
telling
Oh, are you getting on her because
Hey,
she was
Lisa
the one who
Mason,
spelled
why
it?
don't you chime in since you taught me this word? You don't watch.
It's also not boogie.
I threw her out of my house.
That is. Now, I'm going to give you the
It's bougie, which means like it's upper crust. You think you're fancy.
That's
There you
right.
go.
You have the little pinky out with your
Good
wine because
job.
you're a bougie.
Oh, I thought this was the thing that was stuck in your nose, boogie.
Yeah,
I'm
boogie.
sorry. Yeah.
That's B-O-O-G.
Dude,
I
I
Damn
am
it.
rocking. Look how
Yeah,
good the, you know what,
it's
this
the other
segment,
O. But I thought it was slang for booger. I don't know. Anyways.
I am
Okay.
now getting hipper than Epic, guys.
I know.
This segment is schooling me, man.
That's
I'm
right.
Getting the down.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Chris.
Bam.
Doing very
Thirst
good.
trap.
Thirst trap. Wow.
This is
one-
a good one.
this
That's
one-
kind of funky, man.
A thirst trap.
A thirst trap is your watering bar, an expensive place to go get a drink. Yep. Well, there's craft beer bars, high-end wine bars.
You want to do a little plug?
For the Whistle and Keg?
Yes.
The Whistle and Keg is a thirst trap, man. I like to say it's the best damn watering hole in town. They got a location in Youngstown, They got a location in Cleveland, and they got a new location that's in Columbus at friggin'
Oh.
Rocks, right outside the Arena District, man. We were there Friday night. 200 people come out, man, to
Dang.
that thirst
Awesome.
trap.
A lot of
If
people.
thirst trap is not what I'm thinking it is, you know what? It should be, and we're going to change the definition of
definition.
And-
thirst trap.
Yeah.
Mark, what do you think? Shut
I
up, Mark.
like
I'm not
both.
done yet.
And you are absolutely wrong. It's a flirty message or photo posted on social media used to deliberately attract attention. Rachel, you would know all about thirst trapping.
Oh
Is it, I
no!
thought that was catfish bait.
I thought is it you would know all about that when you were posting your pictures about you looking like a woman.
That's right.
That's your thirst
I was
trap.
thirst trapping the
Uh-huh.
fuck out of people.
I think thirst trap should be
Yes.
a cool, trendy drinking place.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna
That
change
is
it.
kind of cool, though.
It
I
is
like.
cool.
That, I did admire the plug, but you don't get credit for the word.
Womp, womp, womp.
So is that 2?
2.5?
3, because you got 2 halves.
Yeah, because you
in
got
there,
2 halves, so
fulls.
that's so he's got
So
like
3.
3 or 4?
Three. Good job.
Holy
3 out of 5.
cow.
Good job.
3 out of 5.
Good
I'm
job.
gonna tell you, man.
Yeah.
that's
I think
huge.
that's
job.
your best this time that I've
That
been around.
is,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that
I'm
would
a
say
one
what,
and done
guys?
kind of guy usually, you know. But tonight,
I'm
yes,
a 1 minute.
exactly,
into
Ryan. It was a
hogging.
thirst trap catfish.
I think I'm gonna celebrate and take
That's
Rachel
right.
home with me.
Hey!
She says what? Say what?
Hey, what? We can see you, Rachel.
Yeah,
we
you're-
can see you.
there's your
Yes.
hand.
Okay.
She's like, wait, what?
I had to keep looking because I thought it was my hand, because I'm the one who usually winds up on other people's shots.
Yeah, Mark. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my fault
Hey
somehow.
guys, send in your words to Epic to bust me, man, and see if I know what it
Yeah,
is.
epic at theepicradioshow.com.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Yeah,
man.
okay.
That's all you got, Chris?
Say what? That's it, man.
That's it?
That's
man.
What are you supposed to say after that?
Say what?
No, not that.
I don't know.
Hey, Michael, you know what? Don't be a hater.
I'm what?
Michael said 60% is a failing grade. LOL.
Yeah.
Like,
that
hey.
is. Not in my world, man. 60% is better than 50%, and that means I'm a winner.
It's a great completion percentage of football.
It is a good
It is.
completion
Or
percentage.
baseball.
Even in
Great.
baseball, yeah.
Great,
Baseball, that would
I mean, not
be-
everybody
no
can
one
be
hits
a Michael
600.
Copenhaver, you know what I mean? This guy's
Yeah.
always just knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
Not everybody can be you, buddy.
I'm waiting for your segue.
My segue.
Yes.
You have one?
I thought we were just
What is
going on a
yours?
break.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm dropping
No.
the ball, man.
Yeah.
I
And back to you, Epic. Okay, thank you,
all
Chris.
right, there we go. And now
And
back to my friend,
Trying to whisper.
Epic. Take it away, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go on break. When we get back, we're gonna talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominations. We're gonna see which ones you think should be nominated
and or not
and or not, or what you
Whatever.
think is gonna be a good fit for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Because there's some interesting names in there. And then we're going to be playing with some balls.
Mark will be
With Mark Warren
figuratively
over
and
here.
literally.
He's already fidgeting with balls right now. Make sure you follow us on the social medias. And make sure that you check us out on the website, theepicradioshow.com. And for God's sakes, buy a shirt.
Please, we're hungry.
They're only $10, guys.
Please, we're
Okay.
hungry.
Great Christmas gifts.
We will be right back
and they're
right
make you
after
look
this.
thin and fit.
radio show.
We're there.
Oh yeah.
What?
I don't even know.
I missed
man.
something. I don't
You
know.
guys can always call in the numbers up there, 216-584-5718 if
You're-
you want to join the
It's
conversation.
like you're thinking that they want to talk to us.
I know,
though.
they
It's
don't.
like they
Or if you just want
They
to
don't
throw
really
some
know.
verbal punches at Mark,
yeah.
you know.
or me, or Chris, or
If you want to
whoever.
donate to the show and you have Cash App downloaded,
Send us money.
yeah,
We're hungry.
our Cash App, whatever you want to
We're
call
so
it,
thirsty
name
in here.
is $, the Epic Radio Show. This is a thirst trap.
That was
This
So
is a
that-
thirst
yes,
trap.
it was, yeah.
We want attention.
I've been called worse things.
Give us money. We're hungry and thirsty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He wants attention.
So we're going to talk
like
about
the middle child.
excuse
Just
me.
want attention.
So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction for 2020 has some interesting nominations.
Yeah,
this
I didn't
year.
even see what they were, so.
Well, that's fine
No,
because
you
I
haven't.
have every.
Because you're gonna
I have
tell
all
me.
Of them. Yep.
Or they
I have all of
flood
them.
the stuff.
All right. So this year's nominees are Pat Benatar.
Who's that?
She's a singer. Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Benatar doesn't feel that way.
Yes.
Okay.
Dave Matthews Band.
Too soon.
No.
Well, this is the first year that they can
Yeah,
do
too
it.
soon.
Yeah. Well, it's been 25
So the 25, yes.
years.
If I say it 3 times, does it make a difference?
No, it doesn't. Depeche Mode.
Depeche.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I'm calling them.
You should do the wrist if you're going to say Depeche.
Yeah.
Mode.
Yeah. But how do you pronounce it?
Depeche.
Depeche. That's all.
Well, no,
Okay.
I always thought it was Depeche because Joe Pesci founded it.
Yeah, that's what I thought so
Joe
too.
Pesci.
Yeah. The Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, Judas Priest, Kraftwerk, MC5, Motorhead, 9 Inch Nails,
9 Inch Nails, I love them.
The Notorious B.I.G.,
I don't think they'll make it, though, this round.
Rufus featuring Shaka Khan,
Interesting.
Todd Rundgren,
What the fuck is that?
Are
the
you
best
serious?
one on this list!
All right, Mark,
I'm
give it
sorry.
up, man. That's
Todd
right.
Rundgren.
The Todd. The Todd.
I
Todd
didn't
likes
say that
it.
to get yelled at. I just have to
my God.
Yeah, I know.
He's
You don't have to
he was a
scream,
shoe-in. He
Mark.
will
I
definitely.
wanted
can
to
hear
try so
you.
hard to behave myself one time.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get 2
They
minutes
can hear
in.
you from
I
downtown
ignited it,
Cleveland.
that's why.
Yeah, you helped me
I
out
did,
there,
I did
Chris.
it. I incited
You
it.
enabled me.
Soundgarden, T-Rex, and Thin Lizzy.
They don't know who T-Rex is either.
I know they don't, but I better not yell
I
about that
don't.
either.
Yeah.
I don't know who, like, maybe
what do
half
you-
of those
what do you guys-
people are.
Was Gary Glitter in
Kurt's
T-Rex, or am I just
No,
combining
no.
things?
That
Okay.
was Mark Bolan.
All right,
Mark
right.
Bolan of T-Rex, not
Okay.
to be confused with
Yeah.
the Bolan that was in Thin Lizzy later.
I can't really comment
right.
on these. I don't.
Gary.
Except
Gary.
9 Inch Nails. I love 9
Well,
Inch
Gary
Nails.
Glitter was a solo
Gary.
artist,
I like
yeah,
Motorhead.
yeah.
but I thought he was in one of those groups.
So which one do you think
Let's
is
go
the
through 'em
most
one by
out
one.
of place?
The most out of place?
Yes.
The most out of place.
I can't really answer
Oh,
that because I
that's-
don't.
I'm gonna throw this up on the main screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll help me out because
Yeah, I can
there
look
were
at
some
it.
in there I was surprised by.
Let's try
Let's
to put this
see.
somewhere in a corner.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I think Dave Matthews is too soon. That's my biggest.
All right, so
and I'm going to elaborate on what you're saying there.
It's
Is
just
because
there's too many people that have been around longer that deserve to be in that are not in. For example, Todd Rundgren is not in.
Should have been in
he's-
several times
oh,
already.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
the
Without a
best
doubt.
artist on there, yeah.
Yeah, hands down.
I think Shaka Khan is probably the one that sticks out that shouldn't be on there.
It's weird because it's Rufus featuring Shaka
I
Khan.
know, I've
I'm
never-
not familiar with
That's
that.
what
Yeah.
they were originally back in the 70s, and then
Huh.
Shaka Khan
Split off and did her
We'll
own
split
thing,
off.
right?
I don't know if she
What if-
split off or if this, like, you know how studios will be like, well, we're just gonna go this direction,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Okay, let me look at these. Yeah, most of these I don't recognize. so-
Soundgarden, obviously, I think that's a good one.
They fall a little bit into the Dave Matthews in the end. This is what he means by too soon is, okay, so it's your first year of eligibility or second or third or whatever. You don't just automatically get to waltz right in.
Well, and these are just nominations. These
And
are
we agree.
yeah. You
How
can
many-
actually go and vote who you think should be nominated.
Yeah.
Soundgarden, I can care one way or the other.
let me
I mean,
try to-
you know.
It might just
Find
ride
it.
the wave of Chris Cornell's death and they get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly.
But I think even if Chris Cornell hadn't died, he'd been making great music. Just
He's one of the
I mean,
best rock singers of the last 30 years.
Absolutely. Even without Soundgarden, just even nominating him,
Yeah.
I would even agree with.
I can't really say much about this. I'm only slightly familiar with 8 of them. So.
Thin Lizzy,
I think they should be
they're kind of
Don't know.
mediocre, to be honest with you.
Don't know about Thin Lizzy.
Yes.
Thank goodness I can't reach over and slap him. Huh? Thin Lizzy, mediocre, really. Wow, you know
I'm
you
just
would
saying
not have
they're-
bands like U2 without Thin Lizzy.
You think?
Oh, without a doubt, man. They were the first Irish rock band. They were one of the first
Oh,
bands
well,
to
yeah, I agree with
feature
that, yeah.
a bass player predominantly as the lead vocalist. One of the first African American leads in a rock and roll band. Thin Lizzy was very instrumental in their day. They toured hard back in the, but we're talking, the ancient days of rock and roll.
No, I got you.
Yeah, late
I mean,
60s into the 70s.
I didn't know some of that, so that does change my perspective.
No, they are very, if you ask bands like U2 and stuff, that there would be no.
Is U2?
In the Rock Hall?
Yeah.
I certainly
would
They're in
say,
there, yeah.
I
I would
say
certainly
so.
think that U2 at this
I
point is in
mean,
the
Bono,
Rock
for
Hall.
Christ's sakes. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I've seen his
I
when we went.
On the wall, the signature.
think
Yeah.
so.
I would think, so.
It's been a while.
Is Thin Lizzy associated with Bowie, too? Right? David Bowie?
Wasn't
They might have done
Thin
something.
Lizzy?
Together
Wasn't
and
that the
stuff.
boys are back in
Boys
town?
are back.
Yeah.
Who else? What else did they say?
Jailbreak.
Oh yeah, Jailbreak's a good
They've
one.
got a great live album. Mm-hmm.
This is not a good topic. for me.
Motorhead.
I like Motorhead.
Motorhead has probably the ugliest lead singer in a rock and roll history. If they were going to be nominated for the ugliest band, definitely Motorhead should be top of that.
They were a lifestyle band, I always say. They were
Jesus.
just hard driving rock
Oh
and
my
roll.
God.
I like them though.
Yeah.
Well, there'll
You know
be...
what's really funny about Motorhead is the lead singer's only 23, but he looks like he's.
Well, that's the new lead singer. The original lead singer, Lemmy,
Yeah,
died.
Lemmy.
I know. It was a joke.
Oh, swish.
Is the new guy ugly, too?
I think that's the prerequisite.
I agree.
Yeah.
You have to be ugly
Ugly to be the
Yeah.
lead singer
You
of
gotta
Motorhead.
drink
Not
rum and
Motorhead.
Coke, or you gotta drink Jack and Coke.
unless you're ugly.
Yeah. Whitney Houston, would you say that she is rock?
I wouldn't say she's definitely
No,
not rock. She's R&B,
I don't think that's her
right?
genre.
See, I was listening to something on the radio the other day, and they brought up some interesting things about her past when she was coming up, not necessarily when she made it. But her family was actually associated with a lot of rock and roll upbringing.
Sorry.
You know, like they were associated with a lot of rock. I mean, I believe her mom actually was a backup singer for Elvis or
Wow.
something like that. Like,
Sarah said she will always love you.
yeah, thank you.
That's right.
Sarah.
She will always love you.
Yes.
If Tina Turner and Janet Jackson are in there, I could make a case.
Well,
for Whitney
Janet
Houston.
Jackson was abducted. Abducted.
I said if knowing that they are.
I believe
yes.
she
was
was
abducted.
Inducted.
So
If not, she
since
should
those
have been.
two,
She was abducted by Jermaine Dupri.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
she might have been abducted by
Stop
that
it.
space alien that looked like her brother Michael.
Yeah.
Towards the end there.
Oh my God.
But Tina Turner, you
that's
can't put Tina
embarrassing.
Turner in the same group as
That's
Whitney
okay.
Yeah.
Houston.
Oh, Tina Turner is rock and
Tina
roll.
Turner is
I
a
agree.
goddess,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
But if
With
she
legs.
and Janet Jackson are in,
Yeah.
I could make a case for Whitney Houston.
I see what you're saying.
Probably
there.
Pat Benatar even too.
Yeah. You
I'm
think-
not so sure if I could for Shaka Khan.
Wow.
I could make a case for MC5. I don't think I could for the
I don't think Shaka
CIG.
Khan-
MC5, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, what do you think Shaka Khan would have contributed to rock and roll? Like, because you like when you're thinking about nominating somebody to be in the Hall of Fame,
Right.
you want to think about the impact they made.
So the early impact from that band would have been the Caribbean sounds and influences of like Latin America and South
Okay.
America and things like that. Were so much more before we ever had Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. They were doing different types of rhythms and things like that. The large styles, kind of like Sly and the Family Stone, but then again more Caribbean sounding and things. But large bands, large sounds, and things like that. So they definitely had a contribution, I believe. And I would definitely consider them rock and roll, kind of like Taj Mahal, you know, a band that today a lot of people don't know, but some great music, you know what I mean? And stuff in that sense. And I think Taj Mahal has been inducted into the Rock Hall.
Not a part of this list that I don't see on there.
No?
Judas Priest. Did I mention him?
You did.
Judas Priest is on the list.
Is it? Okay. I mean, they're pretty influential, you know.
I think they'll get in.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
You know what you notice a lot on this, you know, first list that you get is groups that will knock other groups off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Judas Priest or Kraftwerk make it to the next? Well, probably Judas Priest.
Now, Kraftwerk, I think, is the surprise one. I think Kraftwerk
Or they make it and then Judas Priest.
And early Whitney Houston, I mean, she was so iconic. Like, seriously, I'm just saying, like, she was. I mean, obviously, when she was on crack and stuff.
Oh my God.
She was
cracking. Yeah. But, hey, maybe that'll associate her with the rock and roll lifestyle.
That's
you
right.
know?
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yep.
Pat Benatar, I'm not really familiar with Pat
Me either.
Benatar.
80s.
Female rock.
Very 80s rock and roll, yeah.
MC5?
MC5 is Detroit. They're fathers of punk rock, man, actually. Wow. So very loud, energetic songs that are in an era when they were producing long, epic songs. They were still doing the 3-minute piece kind of thing.
Okay.
Just knocking it out, man. Hard and aggressive from Detroit City,
Think if the Ramones were good.
Yeah. Oh, that hurt.
I like the Ramones.
I love the Ramones.
Now, because they were clever.
Yeah.
Not because they were talented.
Well, the Ramones are like one of them things, like,
I want to be sedated, you know, and it wasn't because they were masters of the instruments they played.
Right.
MC5, there's a little bit.
I like that song though. It's like really, it's like simple.
You could name a dozen Ramones songs.
The English
I can't. Actually, that's the only one I can think
to the
of.
Ramones.
And isn't that funny?
English punk movement is credits the Ramones for the escalation of that scene. I mean, they started the punk movement, but it blew up because the English saw the Ramones and were like, hot damn.
And they were inspired by guys like
now I want to listen to that
Elvis
song.
Costello and things like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it's funny the way it all works.
Now, what about Dave Matthews Band?
No.
Now, a lot of people will say immediately no, but they're more in like the jam band culture. They kind of do that. There's not a lot of jam bands that are in the Hall of Fame, and I feel like that's part of rock and roll.
Oh,
because there's a lot of bands that were just kind of just kicking around, just doing little mini tours and stuff, and just because it took them a while to make it. It wasn't like they were like an overnight sensation or nothing. They jammed around bar to bar,
build
up a following.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that I appreciate. Now you can love or hate their music, but I
don't know
think,
how you cannot like the music.
Well,
the music's great.
Well, that's debated. You know, that's debatable. Just
the saxophone and bass.
According, some people would say, oh, well, their music isn't all that good. Whatever. But that's
We're talking about Dave Matthews Band?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm of the opinion that the worst part of the band is 2/3 of the title.
And that would be Matthews Band. He likes the name Dave.
He likes the name Dave.
I thought it was the Dave.
Dave is fine.
Dave.
Yeah. Should just be called Dave.
I don't know. It could be called Dave. I think it could be.
Matthews?
They'll make it because of their following.
I don't know anything about T-Rex.
Yeah, but in years.
T-Rex. Okay, I can help you out with I'm a huge T-Rex fan. T-Rex started out actually as a folk band with him and was it Timmy Finn playing bongos, and they hooked up with Elton John.
That is beer, by the way. I am drinking beer. Yes.
Yeah, as the 70s went on and sounds changed and just some of the cool stuff that they did.
T-Rex was the founder of basically like glam rock. You wouldn't the things that Bowie went on to do, you know, and things like that.
That's why I was
T-Rex did all that. Your Elton John look, yeah, very much. He was the glitter rock of that era.
What's that one big song that he had? It's the anthem song. Everybody hears it at
T-Rex,
now.
Bang a Gong.
Bang a Gong.
Power Station redid it.
Yeah.
Yep. But they got a lot of their stuff's great. If you're not into T-Rex, check out some T-Rex. Check out some MC5.
And stuff other than that song we just referenced.
I mean, to be honest, everybody on this list is iconic in their own way. Absolutely. If you're not familiar with their music, you should definitely
Which is a
check out
lot
every
of
single
them.
one of these people, because regardless of how much people would say, oh, that's too soon, or maybe this person isn't rock or whatever, well, maybe make your own case for it by listening to each of these artists.
Yeah.
And you can go on to www.rockhall.com/2020 nominees, and you can vote for yourself. Or actually, if you just type into Google vote Rock Hall 2020, it'll pop up the list, and you can literally vote right on.
They're all winners.
That was
Yes.
cool. I saw that blurb there said Pat Benatar had an early lead with the highest votes. One of the things that you were looking at. How is Rundgren not in?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Hello,
man.
it's me.
Yeah, it blows my mind. Well, you know,
I saw the light.
he
on
is a performer, but he's a producer. You know, that's
Hell of a writer.
you know, yeah.
Hold on.
I think he does
One
that the whole.
second.
He's the wizard.
We got a
Come on.
caller, guys.
Oh no,
You have a caller?
Yeah,
Somebody's
we have a
gonna-
caller.
they're
Give me
gonna
1
call.
second to get this
it's
straight.
gonna be a rock and roll, man.
I don't know.
They're all winners.
Just give me a
Ashley.
second.
They're all winners.
No.
That's
Today.
Hello, welcome to the
How's it
Epic
going?
Radio. Hey, what's going on?
You guys are talking about the rock and roll inductees this year. Is that what I caught? I
Yes.
was only on the stream for about 5 minutes before I called.
You're fine. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Biggie Smalls is on the list as a nominee this year.
Yes. So is Whitney Houston. There's Dave Matthews Band. There's Thin
Yeah,
Lizzy.
you guys were giving a
Yes.
bunch of shit to Dave Matthews Band, but I laughed super hard when the guy said that the worst part of the band is in the 2/3 of the title.
That was good,
I
wasn't
died.
it?
I died
Yeah.
laughing, but
Thanks.
I do have to agree with him because the trumpet player that died, that was
Yeah.
originally in Dave Matthews Band, is probably one of the most underrated members of the group.
Yep.
yeah.
The bass player
Biggie
too.
Smalls probably doesn't deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame.
Uh-huh.
Music Hall of Fame in general, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Like,
Not the
but
rock and roll part.
you guys are from Ohio, right? Or some
Yes.
of you are.
Yep.
hmm
We're
How
all-
do you feel about a Biggie Smalls,
well,
room?
you know.
I've talked about this before with other people.
Yeah, well, I mean, I believe they already have Jay-Z. They already have Ice Cube, a couple other NWA.
I think the rock. I think the rock, calling it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is the wrong moniker.
I
for
think
it.
so too.
It's more of a
I
pop
believe.
music
Yes.
museum, and that's the problem with it. We already did this fight. Well, that's not
Yeah.
rock and roll and shouldn't be in there. That went on 15 years ago, and that fight's been lost.
Yeah.
And it is a pop music museum is
Yeah.
what it is.
Another
in
thing is,
reality.
I do agree with you. As being a former rapper, I was a rapper for 20 years.
There you go.
And I can give my perspective on this. I absolutely don't think they should be inducted. I think there should be a separate facility that represents hip hop. You know, a hip hop Hall of Fame. I believe that. I don't see why you have to go in one instance and go see the Beatles and all these iconic rock and roll
Yeah.
Hall of Famers, and then maybe the next place you go is LL Cool J or like
Whatever.
T-Pain or some shit. I don't know. Like
Where
I
where
just,
would it be?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Where-
what is the
what-
epicenter
in what
of rap?
city would
Yeah.
you have the Rap Hall of Fame?
Well,
I think
don't
one of
know.
three.
I would say New York.
New York, Los
New
Angeles,
York,
or Detroit.
yeah, because I
One of
mean
those
that's
three.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
I was thinking
you could
Atlanta
do it
too. That's
Atlanta.
Atlanta could be a one.
That's a good
I-
one too.
There are rap groups though that embody what rock and roll is.
I would
Run
agree.
DMC.
I'm from Michigan,
Yeah.
Beastie
so I
Boys.
would naturally love if
Well,
there
of
was
course.
a Motown Hall of Fame.
there
in
is.
Detroit.
That would be great. Yeah.
Well, isn't there a Motown
It's
thing?
small.
It
There-
is.
it is.
It's super small.
It's
It's a
it Barry
single
White
building,
stuff, or-
like a house.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a house?
It's insanely small.
But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what it was, though. That's what
I thought it was the old recording studio.
it is. The old recording
It
studio,
is.
Okay,
which
see,
is
all right.
basically in a home.
In a house,
Yeah.
all right.
Right? I've never been there. My uncle's been there, but I mean, yeah. But that's way.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's like a duplex house that got combined to become a recording studio.
But how?
And I've never been there,
Yeah.
but it's a poor example of what that
Very good point.
music did to the industry.
Yep.
I do agree.
Yeah.
But I believe some Motown artists are inducted.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because
Yes.
some of those
Without
Motown
a
artists
doubt.
embody what rock and
Yeah.
roll is, just like
Motown
some rap
was-
artists.
It was
Yeah.
a fundamental part of rock and roll.
Yeah.
It was in the
Well,
building.
There's a name on the nominations list this year that should have been on there years ago, but I forget who it was, and I don't think you guys named it to me on the phone.
Todd Rundgren?
What was it?
Is it Todd Rundgren?
No.
Oh, all right.
I could read it to you, and you can tell me.
not
There's
too
Do
many.
you
Pat.
mind reading it to me?
No, that's fine. Pat Benatar. There's Dave Matthews Band. Depeche Mode. The Doobie Brothers. Whitney Houston. Judas Priest. Kraftwerk. MC5. Motorhead. 9 Inch Nails.
MC5.
There we go.
MC5 was the name.
MC5, definitely, buddy.
MC5. And again, I can't. My name's Connor. I'm from Michigan. For those
Nice to
of
meet you,
listening.
Connor.
Hi, Connor.
Thanks, guys, for having me on. But again, MC5 was from Ann Arbor.
Yes,
So
they
I'm,
were.
I'm like, that's a huge, and they were one of the first punk rock bands.
Yep.
If you want to open yourself up to what that genre was back in the late 60s.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But
I'm-
yeah, man, like, pump out the jams.
I mean, there was a
Pump out the jams. Hey, Connor, what about some Husker Du, man? You do some Husker Du back in the day?
Oh yeah,
Heck
I
yeah, good
definitely
stuff.
listen to some Husker Du.
Lost, wasn't
And,
it? Those are
um,
lost, man. Nobody listens to Husker
Connor's
Du.
younger than all of us, though.
Yeah, Fu Manchu is another one that I still listen to.
You got me on that
Ooh,
one.
that one I know.
That's a good one.
You got me on that one.
Awesome.
But no, I've been dying to hook up with you guys and like be on the show in some way. To be honest with you, me and Epic have talked privately about this a couple of times. Well, my name's Connor. I do my own show. It's called Talking Chaos.
Okay.
You can find it on most platforms. But you guys are great, and I try to
Thank
tune
you.
into the show every week.
Thank you.
I
appreciate
I'm
it.
I'm super unfortunate that I woke up so late, and then I'm like, wait, they're live. Oh, I
Yeah.
can call in. I have yet to do this. So like,
Yeah.
Connor,
I don't
call
know
in
really
anytime,
appreciate it.
man. We
What
love to
was
have
that?
people call in anytime. We
Yeah,
love to have people call
absolutely.
in and talk and be a part of the show.
you guys are mad for doing this live, though. I think you're nuts.
We are. You know how
Absolutely.
many mistakes I make in a single?
It's all good.
I mean, I say things. I said Depeche Mode.
But that's why
Like
we just
Joe
blame
Pesci
Mark.
was-
He said
I
someone was on
That's
subject.
Yeah.
myself. It's
Yeah.
named after Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
They were
we
big
butchered
fans.
it
I
I
all
told you it
day
was
long.
Mark's fault.
But
What's
well,
the
but
theory,
yeah,
man?
we are mad for doing this live.
It's great,
but
though.
but I do, dude. You need to check out Connor's podcast. It is really funny. And honestly, and not to take anything away from your co-host, but I think you make the show, my friend.
Hey, Connor, post
I
a link
appreciate
in the comment
Oh.
sections if you can for us so I can catch that later.
Yes, do
Please.
that.
No, I definitely will. I
Thank you.
appreciate you guys letting me do that. I actually, my co-host quit on me 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow, that's horrible.
Well, then you were the
Yeah,
only
so-
redeeming grace of the show then.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
see, I
for
predicted
the moment,
that shit. Yeah.
anyway. But yeah, no, we're moving in a different direction with some things, trying to keep the overall show quality the same.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
a Patreon page, and
Awesome.
somehow people manage to give me their money each month, so that's really nice.
Yeah. I have one. I've
But-
yet to do anything with it though. I don't know. I guess I'll talk to you about that, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time, to be honest with you. I
This is
try
accurate.
different things, see what works, and roll with it if it does, and then move on to
I've
something
figured
else.
out that every podcaster is doing the same thing. You
Yeah.
can listen to Mark Maron podcast,
Yeah.
and he's been doing it 13 years, and he's still like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Accurate.
well,
I
it's
just
new.
wake
We're
up
all
every morning and
creating
keep
developing.
recording.
I mean, it's all we can do. I mean, I love doing this. We've been doing this over 2 years now, and it started off with just like 20 people a month listening,
Yep.
and now we depending on the month we get anywhere from 4,000 to 8,000 people.
Yeah, we've had some great numbers. Very
Yeah.
blessed.
Absolutely, we're
Yeah,
very blessed.
well, it's a great show, and
Thank
it's super
you.
entertaining, and it makes
Appreciate
my
it.
Sunday morning for
Awesome.
sure.
Well, we really appreciate that.
What do you guys think of Kraftwerk
I'm
going
a
on
huge
the list?
Kraftwerk fan, dude. Yeah. I think that's a good nomination, way overdue. They definitely were the leading edge of that sound coming out of Berlin at that time. Yeah. And the influences they had, you wouldn't have had albums from Bowie like Lodger, which is one of my favorites. You know, that whole era, when he did the Berlin album and Lodger and Low.
Well, and there's a bunch of relations that you can make to Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, right, exactly.
There you go. They have without bands like Kraftwerk.
Devo,
and the fact that Nine Inch Nails is probably in the Hall of Fame, I'm going to guess that they are because of how influential they've been.
Well, they're nominated this year, but I think this is their second nomination. Yeah. I think
so too.
But you see, again, before Nine Inch Nails gets in, Kraftwerk should get in my opinion.
Yeah, that's if you're having bands that are nominated, like in the same category, or say for instance, Nine Inch Nails and Kraftwerk were both up for nomination at the same time. To me, there's been a massive error in judgment made.
Yeah,
well, and how
like
often?
Somebody was in a time machine and totally lost track of what time was, and was like, "Yeah, no, both of these bands are fine together."
Yeah, right. Right.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Connor. We appreciate it. Make sure you leave your links in the comments so people can check you guys out.
Sure, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much for doing it. Keep doing it.
All right.
And if you guys ever want to have me on, get in touch with me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Make sure you message me, just because messages get lost after a while. So make sure you message me so I have you towards the top of the list. We'll talk.
Hey, and Connor, if you reach out to me, I got a lot of comedian friends in the area. I'd be happy to share some people with you. Maybe you could do some auditions for a new co-host, man.
Oh, yeah. That would be great. And I have a ton of comedian friends in Michigan that know all about who you are in the Ohio area.
Thank you.
What's that, Funny Noises Productions?
Yeah, apparently... we've both worked with the same stand-up comedians like 4 or 5 different times.
Oh, well, like I'm trying to think. Carl, what's his last name? I cannot think
Carl
of
Haggerty?
No,
I'm thinking Mike Logan. You work with
Mike Logan's a good one. Yeah.
I've heard of Mike Logan, and I think I'm friends with Mike. We've had some conversations. But Jay Hunter was a name that came up.
Yeah, Jay Hunter. Yeah, he's awesome.
Jay was in Columbus with me just this Friday, man. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, Jay's one of my favorite people, and him and I get together every month and a half to just shoot the bull. You know what I mean? And I love him. He's fantastic. I can't believe he did a show with Jay Chandrashar.
Yeah, Connor, reach out to me. I don't know if we're connected on Facebook or not, but I apologize if we are, and I'm not aware of it. But reach out to me, all right, man? We'll do a little chat
for sure.
Definitely. You guys all have a great day. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Have a good day, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Connor.
You know what's funny too? How I met Connor was I was doing this. I joined this group, a podcast, one of these podcast groups, and there was this thing that popped up about like not sponsorship, but like when you take what's the
donations?
Word? No, when you take somebody like under your wing, what's that called?
Oh, a mentoring or internship.
Yes. So I was like, well, I've been doing this for a while. I think, maybe if anybody had questions of how to set up and stuff like that, I could answer them. So that's what I did, and that's how we met. And we talked and stuff. I checked out his podcast. It was really cool. And we just started talking about stuff, and he's a really nice guy. Thank you for talking with us and calling in. We're going to move on, though. Are you ready for playing with some balls?
Oh, I know one guy who is. But it's his balls being played with.
Oh, gotcha.
His pants aren't on.
No, they're not. I am completely nude from the waist. As a matter of fact, I can just take a minute and stand up.
Oh, no.
That's right. What you're supposed to cut to me. Almost made the visual.
Almost made it. No.
Right there.
Alas, I fucked it up.
Rachel took my pants and won't give them back now. So.
That's terrible.
I'm just stuck here.
I see who's wearing the pants.
Yep. Bad day to go commando.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to do Playing with Balls.
Playing with Balls.
Get ready for it.
Here we go.
talk during it, otherwise it's just dead air.
No,
Hi,
because
then
it's
I'll do
muted.
this.
There you go.
Oh, well, also since it's muted, let's pick up
It
on
is
your
now.
mic. I'm so damn loud.
Yeah, you're good.
Hey, playing with balls with me, Mark Warren. Small balls, big balls, oddly shaped balls, all sorts of balls, maybe even Chris's balls. Hey,
Maybe.
Maybe?
well, first we start with pucks, because who gives a puck? I give a puck. Thanks for that. You guys can leave your mics on. It doesn't matter. I talk all during your segments. Just talk during mine. It's what we all do.
No, that's like her cue to like.
Oh, she takes a nap during the sports segment.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
She
For sure,
knows.
for sure.
Right. I
It's
saw
nap
her
time.
sleeping the one time even.
Yeah.
Your Columbus Blue Jackets, this is your NHL hockey news. Real fast here. They're sitting at 3-5 after two difficult back-to-back 3-2 losses on Friday and on Saturday.
Jeez.
So they were just turning things around. They got to 500, 3-3 early in the season, and they lose back-to-back games in Chicago against the Blackhawks, and then here at home against the Islanders. To fall to a record of 3-5, and it's unfortunate because they really looked like they were going to start off the first portion of the season pretty well, but sitting at 3-5.
Yeah,
Slight
Jeremy,
uphill
you're welcome to
climb.
call in. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry about
Rodriguez,
that.
right?
Yep.
What's up, buddy? I actually literally saw you drive past me earlier today. And so we can move on to basketball then, because that was all that I really have for hockey. Blue Jackets got to get better.
That's fine.
Just rattle off those quick scores real fast. In basketball, start off with the slightly more heartwarming but also slightly saddening news. Beth McLeod, who is the wife, the not widowed unfortunately, wife of Fred McLeod. She sent out ties to a bunch of locals in the area that were Fred's ties, actual ties that he wore. Always have a good tie guy. Certain local sports guys like Matt Lodi and Mark Munch Bishop went to Twitter to show off these nice ties. It was a nice heartwarming gesture. In respects to the Cavs, however, this is your preview for the season, my prediction, as well as coupled with the couple that I've seen. In the NBA, Forbes, according to them, they have the Clippers or the Sixers winning it all. So those are your two teams to look for in the West and the East. The West is going to be a large jumble of teams in the NBA. The East is going to have, I think, either the Philadelphia 76ers. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Burped right into the microphone. So either the Sixers or the Milwaukee Bucks representing the East. Sadly, your Cavs be fortunate to win 26 games. I think if they all stay healthy and they all perform well, a lot of rookies on this team, they could win 38 and surprise you and be the number 8 seed. But that's the most I'll give you on an NBA prediction. For time constraints and what have you, I'll probably move quickly on into baseball, which finally the ALCS was decided yesterday. Yay. The Nationals went in the NL and swept the Cardinals. So that series ended very quickly. It was just 4 games. It was over. And the unfortunate thing about it is that the St. Louis Cardinals, I was talking them up. They're the greatest franchise in National League history, probably. And then you get swept by the Nationals.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
However, in the American League side, that took a bit longer. A rain delay delayed it one extra day. And the Yankees delayed it 1 extra game, so 2 more days even. So it took 6 full games.
Yeah.
For the Astros to finally pull it out, and the Yankees came back and tied it last night.
I
the
know.
Top of the
Isn't that
ninth. It was an
crazy?
exciting game.
Yes.
Tied it at 4 in the top of the ninth. DJ LeMahieu, who should probably be your AL MVP this year.
He's amazing, isn't he?
Well, yeah, and he was a quality, good player with
But
the
really
Rockies
turned
before.
It up, yes.
A lot of players did there with the Yankees this previous season.
Thank you, Sarah.
And so that pretty much spells that for baseball talk. You're going to have the Astros versus the Nationals. I guess the one thing I would ask you fellas and lady, for as much as you're into baseball, I'm sure, do you have a particular team with a slight rooting interest in this, or maybe even a prediction? Because I fear that the Astros will probably win it, but I want the Nationals to win it.
You think? Well, I thought that there's there's a tie with the New York and Astros right now.
No, the Astros ended it last night.
They did. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Okay. So you got Astros and Nationals. You want the Astros to win?
I want the Nationals to win, but I'm fairly certain the Astros have the better baseball team. Unless the Nationals can pitch lights out every single game. Their starting pitching
When's the
better.
last time either one of them have won a World Series?
The Astros won it just in 2017, and the Nationals have never been, not even when they were the Montreal Expos, not when, I mean, there were other Washington teams, but you have to go back to like 1933 when the Washington Senators or something went to the World Series. And I think that was the National League Washington Senators. Because there was an American League one too.
You're right.
But I think that was in the 60s, and then they moved and became the Twins.
Yeah.
Washington is sucked for having Major League Baseball franchises, which is why it's so amazing that the Nationals are doing what they're doing. And if it helps you guys at all, Michael Brantley is the former Indian that is on the Astros, and former Indians that are currently playing on the Nationals are catcher Yan Gomes and currently third baseman, but we knew him better as a shortstop and second baseman, as Drupal Cabrera has caught on with the Nationals. The Nationals have the oldest team in Major League Baseball this year. Wow. They went a very unique route in building their team. And I think it's just a one-shot chance at a championship this season, which is something that the Twins kind of did, and it got them as far as they did. But the Nationals have been more successful with it. They have talented young starting pitching. That's the difference between them and the Twins. And so that's why you see the Nationals here in the World Series. And I think they have a shot against the Astros. I think it goes 6, but I honestly couldn't tell you who the winner is. And I hate doing that to you all. But
well, it's going to be so close.
It is.
I think so. I don't think this is going to be a blowout World Series at all.
These teams are both better suited to play one another.
Absolutely.
If the Yankees had gone in, it would have been the Yankees just having to try to mash the entire time. And it's why they couldn't hold up against the Astros.
Exactly.
They couldn't outscore them because the pitching was too good for the Astros. You're going to see a lot of excellent pitching. And that's the unique thing with the way this baseball season was. You saw records for home runs in the entire league. Several franchise records for teams. And then what's happening in the playoffs? Great pitching and excellent defense. Mm-hmm. Brantley even made a hell of a play in last night's game. So, you know.
Next.
It's the way it's changed. Ohio State football. Very little to talk about here because it was a Friday night game. And it was interesting because they hadn't played on a Friday night since 1959.
Wow.
And in 1959, they lost to USC 17-0. Well, to make up for that, they won on Friday night against Northwestern 52-3.
Jeez.
Oh, it was a close game after the first quarter. Ohio State had a meager 7-3 lead there. Mm-hmm. But quickly built upon that. And didn't look bad. I mean, 52-3. They just ran all over them. J.K. Dobbins had a big run, make it 14-3. And after that, it was just a massacre. 4 touchdown passes for the quarterback Fields. Ohio State's looking great. They're going and playing Wisconsin this upcoming Saturday, noon, which is still a big game, even though Wisconsin just suffered a rough loss to Illinois, 24-23. Should be intriguing. Wisconsin is going to give Ohio State a fight. This is going to be the first real, and I mean like real legit game that Ohio State's played this year. All you naysayers about schedule, I'm hoping Ohio State just goes and beats them by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree. I think they will.
I mean, Wisconsin's a good team. Yeah. I will not deny that, but Ohio State will show just how good they are.
I think every year, people doubt the power of Ohio State, and every year we usually prove them wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah. Every year they hate on us.
Last year was a rough year because you could tell we had issues, whatever they were.
Yeah.
Meyer was already planning on leaving. It was
everything was kind of up in the air.
Season.
Yeah.
Every game felt long. Every game was tightly contested. This year, Day comes in. He was the hand-selected guy. We've known it for at least 1 year. And they might have known it there at The Ohio State University for like 2 or 3 seasons that he was going to replace Meyer when the time came.
Yeah.
So, with all of that stuff in place and everything else, well, they came out the gate running. And Fields is at quarterback, and he's a whole lot
Jeremy's
better.
itching to come on.
And he can call whenever he wants because pro football is now. And that makes sense because we all kind of just yell at each other about pro football. Because that's what we do in Northeast Ohio, just in general.
Just yell.
Especially
Lots of fucking yelling.
I yell about Todd Rundgren and I yell about Swedish people or the Dutch or whatever.
Right,
I just
people in the
yell.
Netherlands. You just yell at
Rachel! Do I yell? Yeah.
Yeah,
see?
she
I
said
brought that back for anybody else who's watched before. That's just for you, Rach.
Somebody get him some methadone, please.
Methadone calms you down?
Yes, methadone.
Oh,
will
it
calm you
does.
down.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but it's a bad drug. Were you not listening to Ryan?
No, methadone is a good drug, man.
Meth is.
Football, meth is a bad drug. Methadone is what you use.
Hey, welcome, Jeremy.
It's like a Quaalude.
What's up, guys? How y'all
Hey,
doing?
what's up?
Hi, Jer. Jay.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's
How
going
you
on,
doing?
buddy?
Good.
I
I
just
caught
talked to you
some
like a week
football.
ago. Huh? Yeah, football. That's right, football.
Football.
Hey, so
So,
what
so
about...
did you guys?
Huh?
So did you guys see the trade today that the Browns were offered?
No.
No, what
There was
happened?
breaking news earlier today that the original offer, they sent Austin Corbett over to the Rams.
Correct.
Well, the original offer was to send Marcus Peters for Joel. I can never pronounce the last name. Batonio. That's what the original trade they wanted to do.
I would have taken
Our
that.
offensive line is in our offensive line is in shambles.
No, Batonio was one of the guys you want to have
there.
around.
Right.
Marcus Peters is good, but I think when we get Greedy Williams back and we get Denzel Ward back, we're still going to have two shutdown corners.
Well, right, and the nice thing about the way this defense is, it hasn't been a problem in our secondary. Teams have been running on us. We need a linebacker.
Yeah.
If that was the trade I would make, I need depth at linebacker. When you're only going to play two linebackers all the time, you need 4 or 5 healthy, ready to go linebackers.
Absolutely.
That's why the Kirksey injury is so bad.
They get hit so hard all the time.
Well, right,
Well,
and
what
you're
you do-
gassed.
Well, you have Ward and Greedy shutting it down. You could then put TJ Carey back at safety and have him come inside the box.
Yeah.
That's what's going to help a lot.
I'm inside of
Right now, they can't go man right now. They can't go man, so they're going to run all over us.
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely.
my segue from that is they need to give Chubb the ball, and so other teams start stacking the box. I don't know what's going on, but right now, all they're doing is trying to open the run game with the passing game, and that's not how it works in football.
No.
You need to open the passing game with the run game. Give Chubb the ball, give me my 40 fantasy points per week, and the Browns will win.
And the thing is they finally were starting to do that this past week. And the amusing thing with Chubb is he still got over 600 rushing yards. And for all the problems, I'm using air quotes here, with the offensive line, they're doing a heck of a job run blocking.
Yeah.
Dude, he's averaging 6.2 a carry, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
He's number 3 in the NFL.
When
He's
the
on his
league-
bye week.
Right.
And this week, everything they need to be going over this week during the bye week is hand the ball to Chubb. That's the only thing they need to worry about.
He
That
should
dude is a
have-
playmaker, and he should be number
Absolutely.
1.
And he
But our
personally,
coach is just retarded.
Chubb personally should have roughly 25 rushes a game. I don't think that's
25
overshooting it.
rushes and 35 touches a game.
Yeah, that's about right because he's a
That-
little
that
more
is
of
the way it
a
should be.
about 5 receptions because he's not.
Look when we played the Ravens and Chubb
Right.
just destroyed them. And what did that do? They got Jarvis Landry almost 200 yards.
Yep.
They got Odell almost 100 yards.
Yep.
They're
Well,
able to
because
spread
then
the
they're
ball
worried
and
about
do
the rush.
things.
They're not worried about the passing. And then Baker can do his thing. I know.
Right, but Freddie Kitchens is more worried about getting the passing game going first.
I agree that.
And
I
that's
do.
the problem.
And
Look at last year. We only had Chubb, and then boom,
And in the history of the Browns team, we have always been known for a running game. Never our passing.
When we're at our
We're a
best.
North team.
We're runners.
Yeah,
We
we're
should-
a North team where it gets
Yes.
cold, and you're going to run the ball more in cold weather stadiums.
Hey,
They always try to convert that into passing, and it does not work for us. Never.
I wonder why Freddie Kitchens likes passing so much. What position did he play in college?
He was a quarterback, wasn't he?
Yeah. Rely on your running back a little bit, Freddie.
Well, like I said, though, they need to focus the ball on the run,
Yeah.
and that will open up your pass. Chubb running the ball is also going to give our defense their breather, and it's just going to make the team overall better. Yes, I'll get the fantasy points, and that's cool for me. I'm undefeated right now. I'm 6-0. Chubb's on the bye week, so I got Leonard Fournette, and I got Matt Breida going right now.
Ooh,
So
Breida.
I'm worried about this.
I found that weird matchup because San Francisco's going up against. Hell! I was thinking about this before the show even, because Breida, I almost drafted him in a particular league where you could fantasize about being the king of that draft or whatever, and but he was going up against. Is it the Bears? Who are the Niners playing today?
I think it was the Bears. I'm sorry. The game I'm interested in watching is going to be the Colts and Texans. I think that's going to be a shootout, man.
Should be a
that
good
game's
game.
Going to be a shootout, I think.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the 4:00 Ravens-Seahawks game. I want the Seahawks to just crush the Ravens, and then we know just about where we stand as Browns fans.
Well, I would tell people this, and last year I went around, I talked about it, and people with me thought I was crazy. But I told them, if done right, I thought Lamar Jackson could be the best quarterback out of last year's draft. And if he keeps playing the way he's playing this year, he keeps set up for the rest of his career, man. He's going to make me right, because he is the evolution of quarterback. Quarterbacks that can throw and run are going to be taken over eventually, and everybody knows it.
Funny because
so,
that just
yeah.
goes back to the 50s.
Because that's what they did. Yeah.
Everything's cyclical.
Right. But,
Yeah.
but back in the 50s, they weren't running 4.340s as a quarterback.
Also, they weren't passing quite as much, quite frankly. Usually you were a runner or a thrower. You weren't both. And as of yet, Lamar Jackson hasn't been proven to be an exceptional passing quarterback. He's a good passing quarterback, but...
Yeah, he's got some skill there.
He's got to be better than Randall Cunningham for me to start to think more of him. And again, he's only in his second season. I actually thought Allen was the best quarterback out of that draft class.
Well, the thing is, he gained about 20, 30 pounds because he was a stick last year, Lamar Jackson was.
Lamar, yeah.
And he's gained some weight, so it's actually helping his running game. And he says that power still now as a quarterback. So it's only going to help. And right now, like I tell everybody, in my eyes, Lamar Jackson could be a better Steve McNair.
Ooh, I like that parallel.
Yeah,
that's an interesting parallel. All right,
right, and that's the way I look at him. Is he's got the skill, he's got the talent, he's got some nice pieces around him too in the offense. So,
well,
all right. Well, I'll let you guys get back to your show. I just wanted to call for some football. You guys have a good one, all right?
Yeah,
that actually helped a ton.
Yes, thank you,
thanks,
Jeremy.
Jay.
All right, hey, yeah. Mark, we got to talk later, and Chris, we got to talk later too. All right.
Yeah, lunch anytime, dude.
Yep.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Later, Jay. Bye.
All right, that was Jeremy.
And that helps out a ton because he touched on things outside of the Browns I was going to talk about.
Yep.
All I really had with the Browns, they got to look forward past this bye week. Play a respectable game against
and
the
what
Patriots.
are you touching on?
And
Chris Kettler, right?
Also
Touch on
touching on
Chris
Chris's
Kettler.
balls, man.
Yeah.
Because he's pantsless. And until next time, this has been Mark Warren telling you that this time has been the most recent. Back over to you, Epic.
All right, thank you, sir.
I did the thing like you asked me to.
Yes, thank you.
We almost lost
And-
Chris.
You almost
there he
lost
is.
Chris. He
I just
He had to clean up.
getting over
he
all that playing with
climaxed
bullshit.
just then. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean,
We
we're
managed to
running
somehow
late anyways.
Almost do 3 hours.
Yeah.
I could do this all day.
We could.
yeah, I
Yeah. Jesus.
I just touched his leg.
Next week on the show, we're gonna have singer Garrett Cameron on the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Garrett.
I believe he's a country singer. Make sure you follow us on social media, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. Catch us online, theepicradioshow.com. Check out our merch if you would like to
Merch.
donate to the show. Cash
Please,
App,
help us.
$, The Epic Radio Show. And that is it, guys.
T-shirts
We
are
will
only
see you guys
$10.
next
Buy a
week.
t-shirt.
Yeah, what the fuck, y'all? Look at our shit.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Love you
and
guys.
Have a good rest of your
Thanks for
day. And as
support.
always,
Oh wait,
make life
wait,
epic. What?
wait.
What?
My dad's birthday is next Saturday.
It is?
Yeah, so happy birthday,
There you go.
Aw.
Happy birthday. What's your father's name, Ashley?
Mike.
Mike, happy birthday to you, sir.
Yeah, happy
Good
birthday,
job.
old man.
You raised a very sharp
Yes.
young lady.
Oh, thanks. He's, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
All right, guys. And as always, make life epic. We will see you next week.
Bye.
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 Dear Mr. President, there are too many states nowadays. Please eliminate greed. I am not a crackpot.
Oh, wow, that was
terrible.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Don't! That's my only real motivation is not to be hassled. I have a fear of losing my job, but you know, Bob, that'll only make someone work just hard enough not to get fired.
And I thought our sorry, we're out of time. Bye!
You have all the week to think. Please leave this office.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
Oh my God, it feels so good. Oh yeah, oh sugar, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh sugar.
Can we get a feedback?